reset the turret back, please? Thank you. Can you just reset the turret back? I think so. But there we go. There we go. We have fixed it. I assume you can find properly. He's not down there.
Paloma Faith is coming to Towcester.
Only love can hurt like this.
See Paloma live at Towcester Racecourse on Saturday the 28th of July.
I just can't rely.
Tickets on sale now at ticketmaster.co.uk.
Yeah, very good evening, everybody, and welcome to Towcester Greyhounds. We've got a cracking night of racing for you with 8 heats of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby, which start in round about 10 minutes time. So a super evening of action to look forward to. The good news is there are no changes on tonight's card. They all go as your race card. As you mentioned, all the heats, 8 of them this evening, through from 7:16 to 9:22, with some graded races as well at the end of the card. So we've got 12 races to look forward to. Our final race coming up at 10:27. Just to let you know as well, the draw for the third round will be made after tonight's racing. That will be coming up a little bit later on. More details on that as we go throughout the evening. But race number 1 at Towcester is the Star Sports English Derby Greyhound Heat number 9 in the second round this evening, and we're due off in 10 minutes time. Runners are on the screens. Okay, let's get a nice early show then, shall we, for our first of tonight's big heats. We had some cracking action, some tremendous performances last night here at Towcester, especially for Mark Wallace, the locally trained greyhounds running extremely well. Down the card for our first end, Ricky Holloway's Lenson Wilson, available at 4-1. The Ballymat Reds for Kev Hutton, locally trained, also 4-1. Trap 3, Swithin's Brave for Peter Cronin from Ireland, 9-4. The other Ben in Trap 4, 7-2 for Pat Rosny from Bellevue. 7-4 market leaders, Karen Weatherall from Henlow's Calico Ranger at 7-4. And Peter Mingay from Harlow's Night Bomber, available at 12-1. That's the opening show, Calico Ranger, 7-4 market leader, and we're due off in 8 minutes time. Just a quick reminder as well, everybody, if you're a little bit unsure of who to fancy tonight, on tonight's excellent car we got for you here at Towcester, there's a form guide on the inside of pages 2 and 3. That's pages 2 and 3 on your programme for tonight's action. There is a form guide to give you a little bit better perspective of what's happening tonight, especially in those Derby heats. We've got graded action a little bit later on, but it's all about the Derby tonight, the Star Sports English Derby, and that form guide can be found on pages 2 and 3 of your programme.
Is trying, but no, yes, it's done it. We have another winner of the Imperial Car Supermarket Big Cash Giveaway. Give that man £1,000.
That was the details to the Imperial Car £1,000 giveaway. Just to remind you that you can download the Towcester app to give you full details of all the fantastic offers that are available on a weekly basis here at Towcester. And Imperial Car is one of the many truly terrific sponsors we've got for you here this week, along with Gain, Low, Astute, ECC, and of course Star Sports, sponsoring this year's Greyhound Derby. So the runners will be on the approach for race number 1 tonight, which is Heat 9 of the second round of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. One or two movements in the market. Lenson Wilson for Ricky Holloway, of course, better known to most of us over the timber, 9-2, nicely drawn in red. And Ballymat Reds now 5-1 for Kev Hutton, the local runner. Put in a decent trial the other day at 29.58, available at 5-1. But our market leader, Kaliko Ranger, who will be looking to break a little bit better than he did in the first round for Carol Weatherall, 7-4. Just to let you know, throughout the evening as well, on the Derby Heats, there will be one or two inserts of the first round. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The last 8 heats of the second round of the Greyhound Derby are with us. And in Trap 1, we have Lenson Wilson for Mr. Ricky Holloway, Miss S. Wilson, Ricky Holloway trained, Central Park, 31.2. Trap 2 is Ballymat Reds for Mr. R. Curtis, Kevin Hutton, 33.4. 3 is Smithens Bray for the Swithin Syndicate, Pete Cronin from Ireland, 35.9. Trap 4, the other Ben. Then there were 5 for Pat Rosney from Bellevue, 32.6. 5 is Kaliko Ranger for Mr. Hardiman, Mr. Holmes, Carol Weatherall, Henrold, 34.7. And in 6, Night Bomber for Mr. P. Mingay, Mrs. P. Wainwright, Peter Mingay from Harlow, 32.7. Okay, let's look at some VT, shall we? We've got 2 grounds to look at. Swithin's Brave for Peter Cronin, won in good style on the 4th of May. And the other one is Calico Ranger, finished 4th and did well to qualify. That's coming up next on the main screen.
Stand by. Bonnie up behind the boxes. Fan racing away. Slow start from Droopy's Chill up front. It's Razzle Dazzle Radio that leads. 4 pacing up Bull Run Bandit, as is Swithin's Bray. And Swithin's Bray is going to pinch a first bend lead here from Bull Run Bandit in second. 3 that run into third. Let's be ready. Then comes Razzle Dazzle Radio down the far side of this class act. Swithin's Bray for Pete Cronin has opened up a 3-length gap. Then over 4, chasing hard in second. Bull Run Bandit. Then comes Let's Be Ready. 4 to check. 6 with a late surge. Razzle Dazzle Radio off the final bend though. It's Swithin's Bray in control at the moment for Pete Cronin. He's drawn clear along with the 4-dog Bull Run Bandit. But 2 it is. Swithin's Bray is going to score in style. 2 you winner, Swithin's Bray, Bull Run Bandit. Good luck with your picks here then. We're off and racing in this 5th heat, and 1 and 6 the market leaders each slow away. It's 3 that leads out, Milltown Magic, 3 from 2 and 4, then comes 5, 1 and 6. Round this first bend we go, and it's Trap 2, Slippy Cayenne that takes it up for Graham Holland. Goes 2 lengths clear now from Milltown Magic for Pete Cronin in second. Then comes 1 with her up the inside, Forest West. Towards the 3rd turn now, still Trap 2, Slippy Cayenne leads the way. Still got a 2-length buffer over the 4, still on the premise in second spot. Borner Account who's picking up now for Pat Buckley, 2 from 4 as they swing off this final bend. 2 from 4 up the inside. Borner Account's going to go on and score up the inner, 4-2-5. Borner Account fast and late for Pat Buckley.
So that was a look at Swithin's Bray winning in excellent style, and to be fair, Kaliko Ranger just managed to qualify in 4th place. Supporters of Carol Weatherall's Greyhound will be looking for a better start from Kaliko, who's just gone 2-1 market leader. So we've got 2 minutes to the off, everybody, for Heat 9 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Let's go down the card, shall we? Trap 1, Linson Wilson, 5-1 for Rick Holloway. Trap 2, Ballymat Reds for Kev Hutton, 5-1. 3, Swithin's Bray for Pete Cronin from Ireland, 9-4. 7-2 the other Ben, Pat Rosney now at Bellevue, 7-2. Trap 5, Kaliko Ranger for Carol Weatherall, 2-1. 12-1. Trap 6, Night Bomber for Peter Mingay from Harlow. Well, our market leader here, Kaliko Ranger, just needs to show a little bit better early pace. He's likely to get a good run here, you'd imagine. Pat Rosney's the other Ben's got a good chance to lead after that 5-12 sectional win behind Kaliko Brandy. That may just give 5 a little bit of an opportunity to get to the corner tonight. He's currently our 2-1 market leader. Approaching the boxes for heat number 9. Swithin's Bray, we saw an impressive performance of Pete Cronin's Greyhound, who led at the first bend, winning in 29.39. This one will be looking to dominate from the front, but be warned, Trap 2, Ballymat Reds, has got some decent early pace for Kev Hutton. He's going to have to be sharpish out the boxes, Trap 3, currently 5-2. One minute to the off, everyone. 1 minute to the off, race number 1. Trap 5, Kalika Ranger still 2-1 at the moment. Easy to back. Trap 3, Swithens Brave 5-2 for Pete Cronin. 7-2 Trap 4, the other Ben. Okay, everybody, we're just about to load here for race number 1. It's the final 8 heats of the second round of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Alexis, so we are going and going. And one last look at the market. Kalika Ranger, the 2-1 market leader in Trap 5. Evie to wave the flag for the first. Good luck with your bets. So here we go then for race number 1. It's the Heat 9 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Market leader Trap 5, Kalika Ranger. And away they go, and Rangers walked out again, and it's 6 Night Bomber who leads up with 4, the other Ben. The other Ben goes into the first Ben with 6. Kalika Rangers got a lot of running to do just to qualify from there, and it's Patrick Rosney's the other Ben who's away and gone here. Night Bomber in second, 3 back in third, Swithens Bray. There comes 1, 5 and 2, but around the penultimate bend, it's still the other Ben who's got the lead here, but here comes Night Bomber on the inside for Peter Mingay. 3's trying to pick up Swithens Bray. Kalika Ranger needs to sprout wings now as they go towards the line here. It's the Night Bomber out in front for a big shot. Kalika Ranger coming from nowhere, getting up for second and tight for third. Night Bomber the winner. Kalika Ranger did well to qualify. Close third, sweating on third. Just checking the photograph for third place. And the full result is 6 Night Bomber the winner for Peter Mingay and Mrs. P. Rainwright. Excellent performance, winning time 29.49. 5 with second, Kalika Ranger coming from a mile back for Carol Weatherall to qualify. And qualifying back in third place was Trap 3, Swithens Bray for Peter Cronin. 6, 5 and 3 in heats number 9. Well done to Connections then. Trap 6 Night Bomber, big shock here, big price winner. He's running absolute blinder. Kalika Ranger again absolutely falling out the boxes, and you can see Swithens Bray didn't get a run into that first Ben either, but it was Trap 4, the other Ben, who was out in front here for Pat Rosney, but it got found out off that final bend. Night Bomber in pursuit. Kalika Ranger just see coming into the picture, then back in 5th place, has done well to qualify in second as they went around the penultimate bend here. Night Bomber getting a super run on the inside of another Ben. Then we had 3 Swithens Brays just managed to squeeze in to the next round. Here comes Kalika Ranger, finishing well, but he's got to sharpen up his boxes. And 6 wins well from 5. Up for third, Trap 3, Swithens Bray.
Oh, thank you, Polly.
Here we go.
I can't say anything. I'm speechless. Absolutely shell-shocked. Well done.
Well, that is a fantastic way to start for a big outsider. Night Bomber has won Heat 9 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Something of a shock Peter Mingay and his wife. Plenty of emotion down here. They're living the dream. Peter said that he felt this greyhound was coming to himself, and he's certainly played a blinder. What's your name, my dear?
Polly.
Polly, fantastic. What does this mean?
It's been a dream all winter. We've just dreamt of this.
Have your picture taken. Yeah. The second round has kicked off in certainly emotional style. These guys are into the third round. This competition is worth £175,000. And I can tell from your face, Polly, it's not about the money, is it?
We bought him as a 5-month-old pup, and it's been our dream, isn't it? I'm sorry, but
Don't be sorry.
just can't believe it.
She's crying because she's got to go home with me.
I spoke to you a little bit earlier, Peter. You said that you're not too sure who's more tired, yourself or Night Bomber.
It's me. Yeah, I think oxygen's required. I think they got it in the medical room.
And what does this mean? Of course, the guys and girls at Harlow, they'll be cheering you on?
Yes, we got loads of texts, didn't we? Got a couple from Ireland with Shamrocks, didn't we? Yeah, they're all behind us.
And I mentioned for where you got Night Bomber from.
Richard Dunn, as a 5-month-old pup, didn't we?
Yeah, we're still in touch with him regular. So
he'll be over the moon, won't he? Fantastic. Yeah.
Well, Polly and Peter, what a match made in heaven you two are. And I have to say, I think your greyhound has done you proud. They are the winners of Heat 9 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby second round. We are off and running, and the action will be fast and furious here on in. They are into the third round, of course, along with second and third there. But it's a big meeting here at Towcester. But wherever you are around the country, you can get involved via the Low 6 on the Towcester app. And for those guys and girls here who can hear me, in the rain, it's quite dank, it's quite grey here at Towcester. Well, you can also get involved because just behind me you can see the Imperial Cars big cash giveaway. We're going to spin the wheel a little bit later on, and believe it or not, someone's going to give me £1,000 in readies, which is going to go in my back pocket, and we will spin the wheel, and whichever trap number that wheel stops on, that person will be cheering on, and they will walk away with £1,000 if that greyhound wins, and that will come a little bit later on race 8, which just happens to be the last second round heat of the Derby. Be back with us soon.
Yeah, thanks very much indeed, John. Nice performance tonight, Bomber. And well done to Connections then. Tremendous performance from Peter and Polly's Greyhound. Full order was 6, 5, 3, 4, 1, 2. Distances 1 3/4, 3/4, short head 1.5, 4.5. The winning time was 29.49, 29.49. So 6 Night Bomber, 5 Kalika Ranger, and 3 Swithin's Bray go through to the third round. Our next race number 2, is Heat 10 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby, and that's coming up in a few minutes' time. And betting will be through shortly for the next. Just a quick reminder, everybody, that full betting facilities, including the totes and the bookmakers, are obviously inside due to the inclement weather. See one or two hardy souls with their umbrellas, as you can see on the main screen, then braving out the awful weather. Bit of a shame, actually, because it was absolutely gorgeous this morning for today's bags meeting this morning, but the bad weather has come. But the greyhound action is nevertheless top-notch for the rest of the meeting, and we'll do our very best to get through, and hopefully that weather will abate over the next hour or so. But those of you who are enjoying the rain outside, get those brollies up, and we'll be off for race number 2 in a few minutes. Just to let you know, everybody, there's 7:36. This is race number 2. It's the 10th heat of the English Greyhound Derby. We'll go off 2 minutes later than advertised. 2 minutes later than advertised. 7:38. Okay, let's have a look at the betting, shall we, for Heat 10. It's the second race this evening of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Down the card, and Tyro Harold open up favourite for Charlie Lister O'Bee from Doncaster, 6-4. Borner Account second in for Pat Buckley from Ireland, 3-1. Droopy's Wilbury is a 6-1 chance for Mark Wallace, locally trained. 4 is Jelly Flood for Kev Harton, again locally trained, 12-1. Dorota's Vic for Charlie Lister again, 4-1. And Innocent Times for Brendan Matthews, unattached, 7-2. Market leader Truck 1, Tyro Harold, 6-4 for the next, and it's due off at 7:38 this race. 2 minute delay.
Paloma Faith is coming to Towcester.
Only love can hurt like this.
See Paloma live at Towcester Racecourse on Saturday the 28th of July.
I just can't rely on you. Her name was New York.
Tickets on sale now at ticketmaster.co.uk.
Yeah, and Paloma Faith will be here on the 28th of July to look forward to. Paloma Faith likely to be a huge crowd for that as well, with some of her big hits, and she'll be playing them for you. Only Left Can Hurt Like This, one of them, Picking Up the Pieces. That's all on the 28th of July. Likely to be a big crowd, so get your tickets nice and early for that. And just to remind you, the Greyhound Derby as well, the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby on the 2nd of June. After the Derby night, it will be Vernon Kay with a full set. Full details on the screen, so another date that you cannot miss out of. Tickets are available. Ask our staff for full details or use the Towcester app. Okay, before the Greyhounds come out for heat number 10, let's have a look at some VT of the first round heats. Now, I don't know if you saw Charlie Lister's Tyro Harold win by 9 lengths in his heat just the other day. Very impressive indeed. You're going to see that in just a second. And Borner Account as well, one of the big raiders from Ireland for Pat Buckley. And their races are coming up next on the screen.
Round red hot favourite in the red vest, Tyra Harold. Stand by. We're off and racing. Sluggish start from Tyra Harold. It's Forster Lakers Vincent that leads up. 6 there or thereabouts as well, Colston Magic. But what it is now, Tyra Harold has paced to the bend nicely. And Tyra Harold goes clear off the second turn from Lightfoot Caesar back in second. Then comes the Lakers Vincent down the far side. Then stretching out nicely on the front end is Tyra Harold. Leads by a good 5-6 lengths from 4 back in second spot. Sun Lakers Vincent. Then comes Lightfoot Caesar. But no catching Tyra Harold now for PJ Fahy and Charlie Lister. Home for all money in a romp here, Tyra Harold. 1-year winner, tight for the minors, 3 and 4. Impressive stuff though from Tyra Harold. Good luck with your picks here then. We're off and racing in this 5th heat, and 1 and 6 the market leaders each slow away. It's 3 that leads out. Milltown Magic 3 from 2 and 4. Then comes 5, 1 and 6. Round this first bend we go, and it's Trap 2 Slippy Cayenne that takes it up for Graham Holland. Goes 2 lengths clear now from Milltown Magic for Pete Cronin in second. Then comes one with her up the inside, Forest West. Towards the third turn now, still Trap 2 Slippy Cayenne leads the way. Still got a 2 length buffer over the 4. Still on the premise in second spot. Borner Account who's picking up now for Pat Buckley. 2 from 4 as they swing off this final bend. 2 from 4 up the inside. Borner Account's going to go on and score up the inner. 4-2-5. Borner Account fast and late for Pat Buckley.
Yeah, that was Borna Account in the second of those 2 heats. They're getting up close home to win well after a rather sluggish start. And Tyro Harold put them to the sword, didn't he, in that 4-dog event in the first round, winning by 9 lengths for Charlie Lister OB. So it was excellent performance. And you can see Charlie Lister's Tyro Harold is currently 6-4. Jelly Flood is out to 12-1. Kev Hutton's local runner. The runners will be on parade shortly for race number 2. This race due off at 7:38. You may have seen Tyro Harold, impressive victory by 9 lengths in that 4-dog heat in round number 1, but at the moment it's easy to back with the local bookmakers here. 11-8 now to 7-4. 7-4 the field. This favourite easy to back in the red jacket for Charlie Lister. The runners will be on the approach for the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby heat number 10 in a couple of minutes' time.
That's even better, mate. That's even better. Here we go then, the runners for race number 2. It's heat 10 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Let's meet them, shall we? In trap 1 is Tyro Harold for Mr. P. Farhi, Charlie Lister, OBE, Doncaster, 35.4. Trap 2 is Borna Account for Mr. P. Sutcliffe, Pat Buckley Island, 36.7. 3 is Droopy's Wilbury for Mr. R. Brinkley, Mark Wallace, 34.6. 4 is Jelly Flood for Mr. Carriage, Mr. Hansford, Mr. Hassel, Kev Hutton, 30.9. Trap 5, Dorota's Vic for Mr. Brown, Mr. Clark, Mr. Naylor and Mr. Thorley. Again, Charlie Lister, OBE, Doncaster, 35.8. And 6, Innocent Times for Mr. B. Matthews, Brendan Matthews unattached, 36 dead. Those are our 6 runners for race number 2. It's heat 10 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Runners on the approach. 4 minutes to the off, everybody. 4 minutes. There's a 2-minute delay to this race. Race number 2. 4 minutes before we get underway. Let's check out the market. Well, they can't give Tyro Harold away at the moment for Charlie Lister's now out to 2-1. 2-1 the field. That's Tyro Harold in trap 1. Pat Buckley's Borna Account, 3-1. Trap 3, Droopy Wilbury for Mark Wallace, 6-1. 12-1, Jelly Flood for Kev Hart. We had a 10-1 winner in the first. 4-1, Trap 5, Dorota's Vic, again for Charlie Lister. And 7-2, Trap 6, Innocent Times for Brendan Matthews. On the approach, bookmakers calling, 2-1 the field. So Evie then just about to lead the Greyhounds out onto the track for our second race, where Tyra Harold leads them out. Didn't exactly trap well, but showed terrific pace to the corner for Charlie Lister, then really blitzed them down the far side at 29.29. And well drawn again to go well here. It's Tyra Harold, but easy to back at the moment at 2-1. Just 2 minutes to the off, everybody. 2 minutes to the off for race number 2. Second in the betting at the moment. Borner Accounts at 3-1 here for Pat Buckley from Ireland. Had to work really, really hard from coming off the pace in 29.28 just the other day. Be interested to see how he goes to the bend with Tyra Harold on his inside. That's 1 and 2, the market leaders. Runners going behind. If you were with us last night, we had some terrific performances, especially from Mark Wallace's Greyhound, the local trainer last night. He's got Drew Priest Wilbury, who has got a little bit of early pace and did stay on well in 29.62 in his heat from trap 4. He's got to get round the 1 and the 2. That's Drew Priest Wilbury. Just 1 minute to the off, everybody, to get your bets on. 1 minute to the off. You could argue the best drawn Greyhound here is trap 6, Innocent Times, and Brendan Matthews got some terrific early pace. That 5.15 split, one of the quickest of the first round. And if it makes the bend here, could make them go like a little bit in our first race here with Night Bomber going on to win for Peter Mingay in the opener. Well, Innocent Times, well drawn here, available at 7-2. Dorota's Vic is then 4-1. Jelly Flood is 12-1. Going in, everybody, we're going in for race number 2. It's the Heat 10 of the Star Sports English Derby. We are loading. So Evie set to wave a flag. Right, here we go. It's a tight market, but Tyra Harold easy to back. In reds, Borner Account in 2. What about 6? Will it break well? Here comes the bunny. Away we go, and it did break well. Innocent Times flies to the bend here to lead up. There's going to be trouble in behind here. 3's trying to make it into second. Droopy's Wilbury. There's your carnage. 2, 3, and 1 on the floor. And 6 out in front. Innocent Times is gone here. Dorota's Vix in second. 4's back in third place. Jelly Flood. The other runners are okay, but into the third bend is 6 Innocent Times. Still nicely clear. Dorota's Vic in second. Back into third place. Jelly Flood. Then comes Tyra Harold. But all that carnage at the first bend. 6 was well drawn. And going to win well. Innocent Times wins from 5. 4 back in third. Jelly Flood, 6, 5, and 4. One and 2, Brendan Matthews, Innocent Times, wins well. What's the most important thing in Greyhound racing? The draw. That's why he's won. 29.41. Well, unfortunately, we've got to say goodbye to Tyra Harold, Borner Account, and Droopy's Wilbury. You could see the trouble coming into that first bend, and we'll have a look at the replay in just a second. But Innocent Times has gone on to win well here. A little bit of a carbon copy with Night Bomber in the first. Early pace of the draw wins the day. Here we go. Well, 6 got a cracking draw, and he's got terrific early. But you're going to see this sandwich in behind here. 1, 2, and 3 almost on the deck as they go into the first corner here. Trap 3's desperately unlucky. Droopy's Wilbury just got the back by the 2 there, who got turned over. Borner Account and poor old Tyra Harold. Nowhere to go. But 6 was away and gone. Dorota's Vic qualifies for Charlie Lister in second. And 1 into Jelly Flood, the locally trained Kev Hutton runner, back in third place. They were wide apart, but 6 beat 5. 4 back in third. Winning time, 29.41.
Well, the Irish have struck in Heat 10, our second heat of the night in the second round of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. It's Innocent Times who wins for the Brendan Matthews kennel, paraded by Brendan's son Damien, has skipped clear. It's another Trap 6 winner. The finishing order 6-5-4 in terms of the qualification for next week's third round. The best news, of course, concerning those greyhounds that took a tumble, they seem absolutely fine at the pickup. I can see Plunkett out the back as well, which is great to see. Team Matthews very, very happy with what has just occurred. Well done to Harry Bradley and Max Lyle, who are there represented at the presentation. But Plunkett, terrific effort. A surprise to you or not?
It's the second round of the Derby, so you just be hopeful that the dogs run well. He's definitely coming on for a couple of races he's had, and we're hopeful.
And I've said to your brother a little bit earlier that obviously the experience that he gained in the Puppy Derby here has served him well.
It certainly has, and now he's 2.5, so he's probably just coming to himself a bit more. And I think maybe with all the rain we've had this evening, it's starting to maybe suit wider runners. But you still need a break, and you still need to go around the bend in front. So we're hopeful.
And has the old man?
He's terrific.
Yeah.
He's terrific. Yes.
Okay. Well, he'll be watching tonight, I assume.
He will. He certainly will be watching, as he does every other night.
Excellent. You coming back for the third round? Or coming over, I should say?
We will, yes, definitely. Of course we'll be coming over. See, listen, we'll come for every round, Jonathan.
No, I know you will, but with Brendan?
Listen, he doesn't travel too well at the moment,
right,
no.
Okay. Well, look, you take care and pass on our best wishes as well, and good luck in the next round.
Thank you very much. Thanks, John. Thank you.
Well done to Brendan Matthews. And Brendan, if you're watching on Toaster TV tonight, congratulations and well done to Innocent Times. Now, a little bit of housekeeping, because I can see the younger members of the family here. We have, of course, the children's race, which is race 6. We invite all the kids down, albeit in the rain. You're not worried about the rain, guys and girls, are you? I think they're absolutely fine. They're looking forward to joining us in the rain for race 6. And of course, for those punters out there and those guys and girls that are following the Greyhound Derby all the way through, I can tell you the draw for the third round will be made after racing tonight here at Towcester. But for you guys at home, it will be live on the Towcester app. It will be the only place to see how the draw unfolds for the third round of the Star Sports Greyhound Derby. Now, if you look behind me, where's all our bookmakers? Well, I can tell you, it's quite inclement here at Towcester. They are inside, I think, Gary Wiltshire's on the first floor as well. So they're still taking bets. They're still taking those readies. And I'll have £1,000 in readies a little bit later on when we do the spin of the wheel for the Imperial Cars big cash giveaway. See you then.
Very good take.
Right, I don't know about that.
Yeah, thanks very much indeed, John. Yeah, just remind you that's Imperial Cars giveaways. Race number 8 on our card. Race number 8 on our card. John rightly said as well, the draw for the third round will be made after racing this evening. You want to stick around, the draw will be made for the Greyhound Derby. Third round coming up a little bit later on. So it's Innocent Times, Dorota's Vic and Jelly Flow to go through to the third round. Unfortunately, Tyro O'Hara, Borner Account and Droopy's Wilbury do not, but they are all okay. Full order was 6, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3. Distance is 5, 5 3/4, 4 1/4, 18 and 13 lengths respectively. Winning time was 29.41. Race number 3, everybody, is Heat 11 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby, and that is due off at 7:56. Well, I can have your attention, everybody, because if you've got a birthday at the moment, or an up-and-coming birthday, I suggest you look at the screen next. Ladies and gentlemen, 6 minutes to the off. 6 minutes to the off for race number 3. It's heat 11 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. And betting will be up on the screen presently. Well, let's have a look at the latest prices then, shall we, for Heat 11, race 3 on our card tonight here. Let's down the card. Trap 1, Bocco's Alfie for Pat Janssens, available at 5-2. Trap 2, Foxwood Boom is a bit of a shock winner for Mark Fennick from Crayford, winning at 25-1, running a blinder 8-1. Trap 3, On a Turbo for Adrian McPherson for Nottingham, available at 12-1. Alfie's Prince has a 4-1 chance of Barry Denby, again from Nottingham. Trap 5, Celine Ash, easy to back at the moment for locally trained Mark Wallace, at 2-1. And 6, Rock's Own Ray for Hayley Keithley from Doncaster, available at 7-2. It's 2-1 the field for our next, and due off in a few minutes' time. Greyhounds will shortly be on parade. Once again, here are the Canine Gladiators then for race number 3. It's heat 11 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Let's meet them, shall we? In Trap 1, we have Bocco's Alfie for Mrs. B. Lockheed, Patrick Janssens, 32.3. Trap 2 is Foxwood Boom for Mr. Mark Fennick. Mark Fennick trains from Crayford, 34.7. Trap 3 is On a Turbo for Mr. A. McPherson, Adrian McPherson, Nottingham, 37.2. Trap 4 is Alfie's Prince for Mr. Barry Denby. Barry Denby trains Nottingham, 30.4. 5 is Saline Ash for Mr. M. Davis, Mark Wallace, 30.4. And in Trap 6, Rock's Own Ray for Mr. Green, Mrs. Keithley, Mr. Lambie, Hayley Keithley, Doncaster, 35.6. Those are our 6 runners for Heat 11. Runners on the approach. Okay, once again, let's have a look at a couple of performances from a couple of these greyhounds in this race. So starting off with trot 1, Bocco's Alfie, who beat Alfie's Prince for Patrick Janssens. Then it's Celine Ash, who was a winner, beating Bruce's Bullet. That's coming up next.
Favourite in 2, Bocco's Alfie for Patrick Janssens. Off and racing away. Good start from Bocco's Alfie. Leads the charge this first bend from Craigbrine Ranger in second. Then comes Farlow Hutch and Alfie's Prince. Round the first bend we go. And Bocco's Alfie on the front end leads by a good 6 lengths off this second turn from Farlow Hutch in the second spot. Then comes Alfie's Prince. Out the back door is Craigbrine Ranger. Towards the third bend now then. It's been all about Bocco's Alfie thus far for Patrick Janssens. What a servant he's been for the kennel. Leads by a good 5 lengths now from 5. Who's closing Alfie's Prince for Baz Denby. Bocco's Alfie from Alfie's Prince. Up the inside, Alfie's Prince can't quite get to Bocco's Alfie. 2.53 your result. Race number 9, Bocco's Alfie makes all.
Up they go, we're away in racing 5 on the outside, takes a flyer from 4-3-1, 2 on the outside as they swing down to the opening corner. In front it is 5, Sally Nash takes him around the opening bend from 1 and 2nd. That's Distant Rain to head on down the backstretch drive. Are we in for a shock this time? Sally Nash takes him down 6 and 2nd. Here's 3 Movie on the outside. That's Bruce's Bullet, but they still have about 3 lengths to find in the one in front. That's 5, Sally Nash on the inside, 6 and 3. They swing to the judge, but up front 5 is too good for them as they head down towards the judge. 3 on the inside coming home strongly, but it's going to be 5. Sally Nash with the 3 back in second. It's going to be close, and that's the way to go.
Yeah, that was Bocco's Alfie winning a good style, and Celine Ash also in the first round going on to win very smartly indeed. Let's look at the market, shall we? Down the car, Bocco's Alfie is 5-2 for locally trained Pat Janssens. 8-1, Trap 2, Foxwood Boom. A runner cracker for Mark Fennick. There's a little bit of interest for him here. On a turbo for Adrian McPherson, 12-1. For Alfie's Prince, for Barry Denby, 4-1. 5, Celine Ash for Mark Wallace, 7-4. The same combination as a nice winner this morning on the bags. And Trap 6, Roxone Ray for Hayley Keithley, a 7-2 chance. We're getting underway in about 1 minute's time. Is Heat 11 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Well, we saw in our last race all about the draw and the early pace, wasn't it, for Innocent Times with a 5.15 split. That's exactly what he did again, where Bocco's Alfie also did a 5.15 split, and he's drawn the red jacket here for locally trained Patrick Janssens. There he is, got terrific early pace and currently available at 5-2. That's Trap 2, Foxwood Boom, who ran an absolute blinder when slamming his rivals by 4 3/4 lengths at 25-1. That's Trap 6, Roxone Ray, nicely drawn on the outside. We've had 2 6 winners already this evening who've been well drawn. We are loading for race number 3. So going in, everybody, this is Heat 11 of this year's Greyhound Derby. Sally Nash, the market leader, just at 7-4. So once again, Evie waves the flag. Here we go for race number 3. The first 2 races have seen early pace and 6 win the day. What's going to happen here? Celine Ash in Trap 5, our market leader. And away we go, and Celine Ash in 5 broke well here with Foxwood Boom. On the inside we got Bocco's Alfie, then 6, 3 and 4 at the back is Alfie's Prince. But into that first bend, a bit of argy-bargy. Bocco's Alfie's just got the lead here. Foxwood Boom, but they both moved off and given Celine Ash a great chance to lead up and go down that far side. Celine Ash out in front on a turbo in second. Then we got Bocco's Alfie trying to stay on from the rear is Alfie's Prince, but it's Celine Ash who's in front here, the favourite. Running a cracker in second is Alfie's Prince. As it going towards the line, Celine Ash. Here comes Alfie's, but it's going to be too late. 5 beat 4, 3 third on a turbo. Celine Ash, locally trained, Mr. M. Davis and Mark Wallace. Second, Alfie's Prince after an awful start for Barry Denby, getting up for second on a turbo. Back in third. It was all about the second bend, that race, with Bocco's Alfie and Foxwood Boom both moving off. Winning time 29.68. 5-4-3 confirmed. 5-4-3 confirmed. Let's have a look at this race again, shall we? Well, Sally Nash got a really good start, but it was 1 and 2 Bocco's Alfie and Foxwood Boom went to the first bend. But it's all about the second bend now. Watch these two as they go hammer and tongs off the second. And one just comes across 2, takes it out there, Bocco's Alfie. That gives Sally Nash a great split off the second and pulls away here. I have to say that Alfie's Prince has run an absolute cracker in second. Back into third place was on a turbo. But this is Sally Nash, combination of Mr. Davis and Mark Wallace having a winner earlier on today on the bags. They've got a winner tonight as well. 5-4-3. They progress to the third round.
Well, as the presentation is made, Jim Tate's going to be taking the pictures. It's Michelle and Mike Davis and Kira Cairns with Saline Ash, who's played an absolute blinder. Of course, 4 winners for Team Wallace last night. A busy night as well with another 3 runners. So, going to get a chance to chat with Mike, a very delighted owner. Things open up quite nicely, Mike, off the second bend.
He tracked him round second and away he went. Done him a favour off the second bend, so delighted with that, John, delighted.
I mean, you know that he's always the type who's going to qualify. He's got great back straight surge, so plenty of cheers when he hit the front, no doubt, when you were on the terraces there.
I think you could hear everybody, couldn't you? I think everyone had backed him. So he was a big price this morning and he's come in, so yeah, we're absolutely delighted, John. Absolutely.
4 winners for Mark last night, and they've started off okay this evening.
Well, he's had a bit of bad luck the last race, but yeah, he's come good. So we're delighted with him, and just name of the game, keep qualifying. Keep qualifying.
And your Greyhound Derby history, I mean, mind the net, hit the bar, didn't he, I suppose? That's the closest, I would imagine. I mean, it's pretty close.
Yeah, don't remind me of that, will you? No, that was a really good campaign for us, and let's try and emulate that. And it's actually an honour to be here today because Towcester have done a wonderful job hosting the Derby, promoting the Derby, Star Sports doing exactly the same. So we've got to thank them because it's really good to be here. So.
Based across the water now, you'll be making the journey back hopefully next week?
Well, we won't be back next week, but we'll be back in a couple of weeks, we hope. So
fantastic, yeah, of course. There's confidence, of course, quarterfinals to follow after next week's third round. Well done to Michelle, well done to Mike Davis, of course, the owners of Saline Ash, who has done the business in, we have Heat 11, of course, of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. We'll get a chance a little bit later to catch up with the guys and girls from Star Sports. They're hiding away inside because of the weather here, but Lofty and Ben Keith, of course, Michelle and Simon Knott, they're all here this evening and kicking on. Now, we, as I welcome very soon Rav and Liz McNair, who will be doing another special presentation. We'll let you into that little secret a little bit later on, but of course they're well represented in the remainder of tonight's heats, which I have to say have been royally called by Steve Graham atop in the Towcester high-rise behind me in the grandstand there. Steve, you sound in fantastic voice. We're looking forward to the rest of a fantastic night. We've got children's race to come. We've got the big cash giveaway. There's always things going on here. Rain or shine.
Yeah, thanks, John. Doing a sterling job in that cap this evening. So John doing an excellent job for us this evening, Mr. Hobbs. Excellent performance from Saline Ash. So it's 5.43.126. 5.43.126. Distance is 1 1/4, 3, 4 1/4, 1 1/2 a length. Winning time 29.68. So congratulations to Connections and of Saline Ash, Rux, Alfie's Prince, and On a Turbo. Race number 4, everybody. The Star Sports English Ground Derby Heat 12 is underway at 8:13. And we'll have an opening show for you, plus 1 or 2 VTs as well in our next race.
Okay, everybody, here we go then for race number 4. It's Heat 12, the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Let's meet the runners, shall we? Starting off with Trap 1. This is Cunning Jack for Mr. James Fennick from Newcastle, 38.4. Trap 2 is Westway O'Neill for Mr. Peter Aitken from Shawfield, 34 dead. Trap 3 is Crossfield Will for Mr. B. O'Shea, Peter Cronin from Ireland, 37.5. Trap 4 is Greenwell Jean for Mr. P. Flaherty, Pat Flaherty, Shawfield, 26.5. 5 is Trade Fudge for Mr. Parker, Mrs. Parker, Daniel Brabham from Central Park, 30.5. And 6 is Droopy's Biker for Mr. Dunphy, Mr. Sutcliffe, Pat Buckley from Ireland, 33.3. Those are our 6 runners for Heat 12 for the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Okay, let's look at some VT again, everybody. These are races from the first round of the Greyhound Derby. We'll look at the chances of 3. Crossfield Will, who went on to win very nicely for Peter Cronin. And then we'll look at Trap 6, Droopy's Biker, who did well to qualify for Pat Buckley.
Off and racing away. Great start from 3. Cuba for Alex Stone. Leads up 3 from 5 and 4. Then comes 1, 6 and 2. The back marker, Rashi Madison. Into the first bend we go. 3 cuts across, but still leads Cuba by length now from 5 in hot pursuit. Round the outside. Black Zack for Richard Reese. Takes up off the second bend. Black Zack goes 2 lengths clear from 4 now in the second. The favourite Crossfield Will. Then comes 3, 6 and 1. Approaching the final bend then. And it's Black Zack that leads. Here comes 4 up the inside. Crossfield Will to challenge off this final bend. Gets his nose in front. 5 trying to rally on the outside. 4 and 5 going to tough it out down to the wire. Crossfield Will is going to win that battle though. 4 beats 5 and 6. Crossfield Well beats Black Zack and No Intention in Heat 9. Here at Towcester this evening. Bonnie flies by. Where we go then for Heat 10. It's 5. Droopy's Verve that leads out from King Kid back in second. That pair renewing rivalry here tonight. And Droopy's Verve's going to lead round now. This class act for Angela Harrison leads by a good 2-3 lengths now from King Kid back in second. A long way back to Ballymac Reds for Kevin Hutton back in third. Down the far side and 5 is Pollen on up front. Droopy's Verve leads by a good 4 lengths now from 6. Hanging on there in second King Kid. You need binoculars for the rest. Sit back and enjoy this run, folks. Droopy's Verve is home for all money here in an absolute rout. Droopy's Verve, a class act. King Kid chases home for second. Tight for third spot, Westway O'Neill and Ballymac Reds. But what a performance.
So runners on the approach, everybody. We can check out the market for our next race. It really is a cracking race coming up here for race number 4. We saw some excellent performances. I have to say, Greenwell Jean, I thought we all saw that one run well behind Whoops Jack. Whoops Jack was tremendous as well last night. But Pat Flaherty's Greenwell Jean should go well. Droopy's Biker on Pat Buckley did well to qualify. Let's look at the market, shall we? Down the card. Cunning Jack for Jimmy Fennick. 5-1, 25-1 Trap 2 Westway O'Neill for Peter Aitken. It's 4-1 Crossfield Will for Peter Cronin, 9-2 Greenwell Jean, Pat Flaherty, 12-1 Trade Fudge for Daniel Brabham Central Park, and odds on Droopy's Biker for Pat Buckley at 4-5. That's Droopy's Biker in 6, but he needs to sharpen up on that trapping. Odds on market leader. So just about to load up, everybody, for Heat 12 for the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. It's our 4th race of the evening. That's Cunning Jack there for Jimmy Fennick, who did well to qualify, finishing 3rd behind Borna Gin. Still 4-5, they're calling Droopy's Biker in 6 for Pat Buckley, but he needs to start better. He's got a better draw, better makeup this evening. There he is. His makeup is a lot kinder to him this time around this evening. That's Pat Buckley's Droopy's Biker. Watch out for Greenwell Jean. She absolutely fell out the boxes for Pat Flaherty in the first round, but she finished like an absolute train behind Whoops Jack. She needs a run to the corner. That's Trap 4, Greenwell Jean. Just about to load up. We are going in, everybody, going in for race number 4, Heat 12 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. It's warming up this evening. Droopy's Biker, warm favourite in 6. So it's up to Evie to check them over for race number 4.
There goes the flag. Droopy's Biker in 6, a War Market leader for Pat Buckley. Here comes the bunny. Away we go. It's a better break for Biker. He goes to the lead with Cooney and Jack. And Cooney, Jack and Biker lead up with 3 Crossfield Will. Then 2-5 and Greenwell Gene at the back as they come off the second bend. And it's Cooney and Jack leading up with Biker on the outside. Then on the inside is Crossfield Will. Gene's trying to pick up it behind him. Then comes 2 Westwell O'Neill to trade fights around the third bend. And Biker strikes the front. Droopy's Biker in front. Cooney and Jack second. Then we got 3 Crossfield Will as they come off the final bend here. And it's 6 Droopy's Biker pulling away for a nice win. 6 wins for 1 in second. Cooney and Jack and third Crossfield Will. Well, the Biker, Droopy's Biker, got a decent break and wins well. Well done to Pat Buckley, Mr. Dunphy and Mr. Sutcliffe. 1 Cooney and Jack second for Jimmy Fennick, that long trip worth it. And 3 Crossfield Will back in third place. See that winning time, 29.16, impressive for Droopy's Biker. We don't know how the track is running, maybe a little bit slow this evening, but 29.16 for Droopy's Biker. A terrific performance, he broke better, and we can look at the replay in just a second. Here's the replay then. Well, Biker on the outside. Look at Cooney and Jack coming right off the rails then. Had been pushed in 4 and 3, moved off. But down that far side, it was a good race between the two of them, wasn't it? I'm not sure really what happened to Greenwell Gene going round the third bend. A big finish wasn't there tonight, but as you went round the penultimate bend, there were 6 on the outside, getting that run of the race. 3 had to check up Crossfield Will as they come off the last bend here, and Droopy's Biker pulling away to win very, very smartly indeed. If he keeps up his trapping, he's sure to go a long way. Cooney Jack qualifies with 3, Crossfield Will in third place.
I thought you were cracking on with the pictures, Jim. You're slacking. I'm doing you a favour. A second success of the night for an Irish trained greyhound. Droopy's Biker has landed his heat of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. We're talking about Heat 12, Race 4 tonight. Fabulous performance from Pat Buckley's Greyhound, who certainly down the far side has shown the class that Pat has always said this Greyhound had. Came through the Kirby Memorial at Limerick. A little bit unlucky in the latter stages there. Davy Burke, I can see, who works for Pat, of course, with daughter Sarah Buckley, and they're being looked after at the moment by Team Harvey, of course, Matt Redman, and they've had their fair share of success this week. They won the Coral Regency in midweek with Clare's Carl Torn. So the guys and the girls coming down to have their presentation. We'll let Steve Nash, of course, of Nash PLC and the Racing Post, do his thing. Jim Tate's going to be doing his thing. Got one or two presentations. This is race 4. Remember race 6, the children's race. Brave the weather and come down and join the party. We've got one of our bigger presentations tonight, and June Harvey there enjoying the party as well. It's all smiles. Droopy's biker, even trained by Team Buckley, has done the business, and the trainer second from the left as you are looking. All smiles as well, and we'll get a chance now to have a chat with Pat. Pat, fantastic effort, and a relieved man after seeing that.
Yeah, Jonathan, because I see him wide, hoping that he'd be able to go around dogs, and he showed what I liked about him going up to the bend. He didn't run in on top of dogs. He kept wide off the second bend and lined up his hair, and then he just went.
He took his time, didn't he, down that going into that first bend, making sure he didn't find trouble. But down the far side, then he stretched out and showed the class that he's got.
Yeah, he tracked. I think he's got a good racing brain, and he showed it there. He just didn't run into trouble, kept himself safe, and then when he saw the hair off the second bend, I know when he led, that was it. You wouldn't catch him.
Fantastic, and obviously no regrets. You're delighted in terms of having hopefully the stripes with the wide runner in the third round. That's going to be the plan.
Oh yeah, sure. Listen, it worked tonight, so just hopefully it stays going.
What's your plan in the week? You're going back to Ireland, and I know the Greyhounds are staying with June. What's going on with you guys? You got a business over there as well?
Yeah, well, we got the bitches and the oaks, so we'll see how they get on. But no, we'll stay put with the dogs here.
Brilliant stuff. Pat, well done. Great performance from Droopy's biker, who wins the latest heat of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Now, of course, have you got your entries in via that Towcester app? And of course, you can enter the Imperial Cars Supermarket Big Cash giveaway. I'm just about to walk into the bar area there and collect £1,000 in Reddies. It's going to be in my back pocket, and hopefully the person who has entered the competition, and I read the name out in due course. I'm waiting for the message at around race 7, then we will spin that wheel a little bit later on. There's plenty of action to come. We've still got plenty of second round heats to come as well, and fun and frolics. And thankfully, I tell you, the good news out there is it stopped raining.
Yeah, thank you, John. Yeah, just a quick reminder then, as John was mentioning, that Imperial Cars cash giveaway coming up for race number 8. And if you go on the app and get involved, you've got a chance to get a Greyhound in race number 8, and who knows, pick up £1,000 cash. Well, well done to Droopy's Biker and Connections, also Cooney, Jack and Crosshill World. These 3 Greyhounds make it through to the third round, which incidentally, everybody, is after racing. The draw is after racing this evening here at Towcester. You won't find it anywhere else apart from the Towcester app. That full draw coming up a little bit later on. Full order 613-245, distances 3.5 to 3/4 a length and a short head. The winning time a smart 29.16. Our next race due up at 8:29. Star Sports English Greyhound Derby Heat 13 is race number 5, and we'll have the betting on the screen for you very shortly.
Is trying, but no, yes, it's done it.
We have another winner of the Imperial Car Supermarket Big Cash giveaway. Give that man £1,000.
Yeah, still plenty of time there to download that Towcester Racecourse app and get involved. You can enter, and who knows, race number 8, you could be lucky enough to be involved in the Imperial Cars cash giveaway. And if your trap comes up, then you'll be £1,000 bet off. That's in race number 8. You've still got plenty of time to download that app.
can see the runners on parade then for race number 5. It's the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby Heat 13. Let's meet them, shall we? Starting off with Trot 1. Let's be ready for the Leppy Syndicate. Matt Dartnell, locally trained, 35.1. In Trap 2 is Droopy's Alex for Mr. M. Redmond. June Harvey from Swindon, 34.1. Trap 3 is Knowles Phelpso for the Galway Magic Circle. Dave Mullins from Romford, 37.8. Trap 4 is Black Zack from Mr. D. Barnett, Mr. J. Hayes. Richard Rees from Hove, 36.7. Trap 5 is King Eden for the KSS Syndicate. Liz McNair unattached, 31 dead. And in 6, No Intention for Mr. D. Bear, Mr. J. Proctor, Phil Simmons, Romford, 32.5. Those are our 6 runners for race number 5. Okay, everybody, 3.5 minutes to the off. Let's get straight into the VT action. Looking at the win, second place for Trap 4, Black Zack in the first round for Richard Rees, and also Trap 5, King Eden, who did well to qualify.
Irish Raider, stand by. Off and racing away. Great start from 3. Cuba for Alex Stone. Leads up. 3 from 5 and 4. Then comes 1, 6 and 2. The back marker, Rashi Madison. Into the first bend we go. 3 cuts across, but still leads Cuba by length now from 5 in hot pursuit. Round the outside. Black Zack for Richard Rees. Takes up off the second bend. Black Zack goes 2 lengths clear from 4 now. In the second, the favourite, Crossfield Will. Then comes 3, 6 and 1. Approaching the final bend then. And it's Black Zack that leads. Here comes 4 up the inside. Crossfield Will to challenge up this final bend. Gets his nose in front. 5 trying to rally on the outside. 4 and 5 going to tough it out down to the wire. Crossfield Will is going to win that battle though. 4 beats 5 and 6. Crossfield Well beats Black Zack and No Intention in Heat 9. Strap yourselves in. Here we go. Off and racing away and falls off to a decent start. Foxwood Boom, but it's 6 on the outside with the challenge now. 1 there or thereabouts as well. Falcon Bay and 1 and 4 collide on that first bend. 6 in the third. Then comes 2, 3, 5. Your back marker down the far side and Foxwood Boom goes clear now. Leads by a good 3 lengths now from 1 Falcon Bay in second. 6 still there or thereabouts. King Eden. Then comes 3, 5 and 2. Round the third turn now though, and it's still Foxwood Boom that leads the way. Still the 4 length buffer over the 1 dog now in second. Falcon Bay. 6 to the run at the inside. Then comes 3 trying to stay on towards the jolly old Joes though. No catching Foxwood Boom now. Foxwood Boom, your winner here. 3 second, 5 third. Foxwood Boom beats him his Cochet.
Yeah, there's a couple of looks at the races then for Black Zack, who did well, finished really well there for Richard Rees. Just getting picked up on the line. And King Eden, he got in plenty of trouble in Trap 5. Let's check out the market then, shall we? For our next Trap 1, Let's Be Ready then for Matt Dartnell, available at 5 to 2. Trap 2, Droopy's Alex, available at 6 to 1 for June Harvey from Swindon. Trap 3, Knowles Phelpso for Dave Mullins from Romford, available at 12 to 1. Trap 4, Just Market Leader, Black Zack, Richard Rees from Hove, 2 to 1. Trap 5, King Eden for Liz McNair, 9 to 4. And Trap 6, No Intention for Phil Simmons from Romford, available at 8 to 1. Runners on the approach. That's about a minute and a half to get your bets on for race number 5, Heat 13 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. So bookmakers have been hit with a couple of winning favourites in the last 2 races. Our market leader very tight here, Black Zack, with that terrific early pace. Looking to get on that bunny nice and early here for Richard Rees. Trap 5, King Eden, another one who needs to show a little bit better early pace to the corner for Liz McNair. If doing so, should go well. He's got a 29.19 to his record in trials and has to have a big chance here. It's 2 to 1 and 9 to 4 at the moment. 5 to 2, Trot 1. Let's Be Ready. Is this a good draw for Matt Dartnell's charge? Let's Be Ready in the red jacket. It was a little bit unlucky when slow away in his first round heat when 7 to 4 joint favourite. He's got good gears. Can he utilise that red jacket? Recently clocked 29.70 as well for 515 over at Hove. This Graham could run. That's Trot 1. Let's Be Ready. Last chance to get your bets on, everybody, for race number 5, Heat 13 of this year's English Greyhound Derby. Loading up, they're going in. Last chance, everybody, going in for race number 5. So once again, Evie's going to check them over then for Heat 13 of this year's Greyhound Derby. Here we go. It's tight at the head of the market. Black Zack in 4, King Eden in 5. Let's Be Ready. Very tight in the market. Here comes the bunny. Race number 5.
Away we go. Pretty level break, to be honest. 3 broke well. Nils Phelps so leads up with 4. Here comes Black Zach. Can he make the bend now? Black Zach out in front. Nils Phelps, so a little bit of trouble in behind there for Droopy's Alex, but they come off the second bend. And it's Black Zach who's out in front and leads up here with Nils Phelps. So back in the third is Let's Be Ready. Then comes King Eden. Poor old Trap 6, No Intention, has gone lame as they go around the third bend. And it's 4. Black Zach is holding up and going well here from 3. Then we got Let's Be Ready, but it's Black Zach out in front. Blew them away. Favourite goes home. Black Zach wins. 3 seconds, Nils Phelps. I think King Eden got up for third. Black Zach 29.55, the winner of race number 5. Result confirmed for race number 5. First trap 4, Black Zach for Mr. Bennett, Mr. Hayes and Richard Rees from Ho. Second trap 3, Nils Phelps so for Dave Mullins. And third trap 5, King Eden for Liz McNair. 4, 3 and 5. Well, it's all about the first bend, wasn't it? Black Zach here just managing to get the better of 3, Nils Phelps. So I'm afraid trap 6, No Intention, went lame off the second bend there. Phil Simmons at Greyhound, so all the best of connections and Phil with No Intention. Nasty injury, but they went round the third bend and it was 4. Black Zach out in front here with Nils Phelps. So, and then staying on for third, King Eden, who never really got in the race, King Eden. But trap 4 blew them away with that early pace. Could go a long way with that early. 4 wins, 3 second, and 5 just getting up for third place. 4, 3, 5.
Well, if you know your greyhound racing history and you look through the annals of the sport, you will notice the name Rees up against Derby winners. Phil Rees Sr., Richard Rees's grandfather, won the Derby. Philip Rees's late dad, Richard Rees's late dad, Philip, won the Derby as well. It's been the ambition, of course, of grandson and son to win the Derby. He's a big man, he knows there's a long, long way to go. But they're in the third round. Black Zach back once again. He reached the second round last year. Quite unlucky to go out. They've changed things around this year. He produced the goods to qualify, not just qualify, to win Heat 13, which is race 5 tonight of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Very relieved owners, Dean Barnett and Jeremy Hayes. I'm going to have a quick word with both of them. I'm just going to have a quick word with the big man. Richard, obviously, well done. Mixture of relief and delight, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But absolutely right. Third round next year. I mean, he's already gone one better than 12 months ago.
Yeah, one better, and hopefully we can go a bit further. Fingers crossed. Long way to go still.
Long way to go, absolutely. But if you're a relieved man, I can tell you, Jeremy, I'm not even too sure he can talk. Absolutely, yeah. What does that feel like, big boy?
I'm glad it's all over, but I'm just so pleased for the dog, and I'm pleased for Dean, and we've been absolutely having kittens all day. And before this, the 5-10 minutes before the race, I just wanted to go home, to be honest. I really,
the nerves was getting to you.
Oh, it's terrible. It's been an awful day, but let's say a few minutes before the race, you just think, do I want to do this? But you do, obviously, and I hope I do it a few more times as well. I'm here a few more times. But it's a killer. It really is a killer, but it's just great. It's great to be here and to see this and be here talking to you.
You're in the third round of the Derby?
Yeah. I mean, dream come true, really, isn't it, really? Oh, listen, while I'm here, can I just say something? Pat Duggan, thanks for the dog, mate. I mean, you've done us all a favour, done us really proud. Can't thank you enough. Thank you.
Great credit to Pat Duggan. I'm going to have a chat with Dean as well. He's shaking. Jeremy's shaking. Have you lost your voice?
Oh, I nearly had a heart attack up there. Did you hear me screaming? Yeah, he broke well and got to the first bend, and then they just ran away a little bit from him, and they came at him at the end because he'd been laid up after all the winter, and we're just getting back to fitness in these races.
And I think I mean, obviously the weather tonight not particularly good for all the greyhounds. It's quite cold and wet, and hopefully better weather next week. You can see him flourishing.
Hopefully, yeah. We both, anyway, it's another journey up anyway, that's good.
A good journey back tonight?
Thank you, yeah, we'll have a few beers.
Yeah, absolutely, you enjoyed that. Well done to Dean Barnett, Jeremy Hayes, and of course to Richard Rees, who is the trainer of our latest heat winner in the second round of the Derby. His name is Black Zach. Second Derby campaign, and he's going great guns. He's in the third round tonight. Now, just to recap a couple of things. You want to know the third round draw? You can get it on your text. You might get it via email. But if you want it online, you want it to be happening there and then, there is only one way to access that draw, and that is live upstairs, and it's on the Towcester app, and it will be about 15 minutes after the last race here at Towcester. We will draw, certainly with the help of the GBGB, and of course the racing management here led by Chris Page. We will be doing the draw for the third round of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby about 15 minutes after the last. Now, one other thing also to mention, not just for you guys at home who are interested in getting to Towcester, but the guys and girls here as well, because famously it's free to enter at Towcester for all rounds of the Greyhound Derby, except semi-final night and final night. There are deals on the Towcester Racecourse website to get tickets for both of those nights. Please do that in advance if you can, and come and join the party, because final night, especially Saturday, June the 2nd, will be a quite extraordinary evening of top-class sport.
Yeah, thanks very much indeed, John. And John wasn't wrong, because if you were with us last year for last year's Greyhound Derby final, what a night that was. It was absolutely sensational. And John says, make sure you go online, get the app as well, because you've still got in time to get involved with that big cash giveaway from Imperial Cars. That's coming up for race number 8. But do check out the app and those dates for the semi-finals and the final course. So we'll have all that to come. That was a nice win in the end, wasn't it? From track 4, Black Zach 3, Knowles Phelpso and 5, King Eden, with the 3 greyhounds had qualified. Full order was 4, 3, 5, 1, 2 and 6. Distances 2 3/4, 1 3/4, neck 1 3/4. 6 did not finish, no intention. So all the very best to Phil Simmons and his connections with strap 6, no intention. Now, heat 14, everybody, of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby coming up at 8:47. That's race number 6 on the card. Just a quick reminder, Trap 2 will be vacant. Trap 2 will be vacant. Just the 5 runners, 3 to qualify. Betting for that coming up in a couple of minutes' time. Well, the runners will be on parade very, very shortly for our next race, everybody. Race number 6, Heat 14 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. So a bit of VT for you. Let's see how they got on here. Trap 3, Bitview Knight for Kevin Hutton, and also Pat Flaherty from Shawfield's Greenwell Jet.
Star Sports English Greyhound Derby, stand by. Bonnie flies past, away we go. Decent exit from 2, leads up Lenson Blinder. 5 pacing up nicely as well though. Bubbly Turbo, and the Turbo's going to lead round now. 5 from 2, then comes 4, 6, 3 and 1. But head down the far side, and Bubbly Turbo it is that leads for the Champagne Club Syndicate and trying to pull Young. Bugger 2 lengths from 2, Lenson Blinder in hot pursuit. Then comes 4, Bitview Knight, then 6, approaching the final bend. No, 2 just checks out the back of 5. 5 goes on again, Bubbly Turbo. 4 joining in the fun now as well. Bitview Knight off the final bend. Is 5 got 2 and 4 for company. 2 round the outside. Lenson Blinder is pressing here. 5 from 2, 2 from 5. 2 beats 5. 4 back in third. 2, 5, 4. Lenson Blinder gets up close home. Bonnet up behind the boxes. Gates lift and away we go. Slow away is Greenwell Jet. Likewise the other edge. It's Black Farron that leads the way here. Got Knowles Phelps on his inside. And Knowles Phelps is going to lead round. All sorts of bother. And the other edge shuffled to the back of the pack. Got involved with Black Farron as well. So it's Knowles Phelps that slips clear down the far side for Dave Mullins. 6 in hot pursuit now. Greenwell Jet for Pat Flaherty after that slow start. Is now going to lead off this final bend. Greenwell Jet takes it up from Knowles Phelps. So back in second. Then comes one on a rocket. A ding dong battle at the moment. 2 and 6 involved. 3 round the outside. Black Farron is flying. And Black Farron's going to get up. Black Farron from nowhere.
Yeah, that was a look at a couple of the races then with Bitview Knight and Greenwell Jet both in action in the first round. The Greyhounds will be on parade shortly. Quickly down the card, Trap 1 Rough Star for Mott Wallace, 6-1. Trap 2's Vacant. 3 Bitview Knight we saw in action. Kev Hutton, 9-4. Greenwell Jet in Trap 4 for Pat Flaherty, 5-2. JT Taylor in Trap 5 for Paul Hennessy from Ireland, 5-2. And Droopy's Nirvana in 6 for Seamus Cahill from Hove, a 4-1 chance. Very tight betting for race number 6. Okay, everybody, here we go then for race number 6. It's Heat 14 of this year's English Greyhound Derby, sponsored kindly by Star Sports. Here we go, let's meet the runners, shall we? Trap 1 is Rough Star for Mr. D. Lee Mott Wallace, 33.9. Trap 2 is Vacant. 3, Bitview Knight for Hutton Racing Syndicate, Kev Hutton, 34.6. Greenwell Jet in 4 is Pat Flaherty's runner for Shawfield, 34.9. 5, JT Taylor, Mr. J. Turner, Paul Hennessy from Ireland, 32 dead. And 6, Droopy's Nirvana for Mr. Bowles, Mr. Good Sir, Mr. Sharp, Seamus Cahill from Hove, 32.8. So just the 5 runners, everybody, for race number 6. Trap 2 is Vacant. So that's very, very tight betting indeed, isn't it? Traps 3, 4 and 5, all 5-2 each of 3 here for race number 6. Maybe just making 3 the market leader here, Bitview Knight for Kev Hutton. He's got plenty of knowledge, obviously, of this track, the locally trained runner. And did manage to clock at 29.26 back in the middle of April, so he's got some good ability around here, Trap 3 Bitview Knights, and is currently 9-4 market leader. That's Trap 6, Droopy's Nirvana you're looking at the moment. Came off the pace to finish third in his first round heat for last year's winner, Greyhound Derby trainer Seamus Cahill from Hove. I'll have to pick up a little bit, but it's well drawn here on the wide outside. The only wide runner in the race. Got a good make-up here. Droopy's Nirvana in Trap 6. Recently did 28.55, round 1 more. Greenwell Jet, to be fair, and really well for Pat Flaherty, making that long trip all the way down from Shawfield. And going behind Black Farron. We saw him in action last night, Black Farron. And 29.23 in a trial for this one back on the 19th of April. If he can get a clear run to the first bend. He absolutely walked out in his first round. 5.55 is one of the slowest sectionals in the first round. Plenty of ability if 4 can step up to the plate early doors. Surely going to be a big player at 5-2. A minute and a half till we get underway, everybody, for race number 6. Mott Wallace, he had a few with us last night, or watched it last night. He had a tremendous time, Mott Wallace, with his Greyhounds. He's got Rough Star here in Trap 1. Got terrific early. and needs to really bolt out and try and get a good lead down that far side. But well drawn with trap 2 being vacant here. That's trap 1, Rough Star, available at a decent price at 13-2. Just about to load up, everybody. Minutes off for race number 6, heat 14 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. The only one we haven't looked is JT Taylor. Needs to use that early pace as well into the corners. Only a baby though, lots of scope for trap 5. Big ask though for the youngster, for poor Hennessy. And needs to show that decent early pace. We've got a 5:26 split. Would give a suggestion that 1 and 5 may lead into the corner. Okay, everybody, we're going in now. We're going in for race at number 6. It's heat 14 of the second round of this year's English Greyhound Derby. Just the market leader last time we looked was Bitview Knight, but it's very tight indeed between 3, 4 and 5. So once again, Evie waves the flag then. Possibly the most contested race of the evening, considering there's just 5 runners here. Here comes the bunny. Away we go, one slip to the boxes, and it's Bitview Knight who leads up with JT Taylor. They go up with Greenwell Jet. Just at the back, Droopy's Nirvana, and one is struggling. Rough Star, but off the second bend here, and it's Bitview Knight for Kev Hutton. But 5's right on his tail here, JT Taylor. These two are neck and neck. 3 lengths back to Greenwell Jet, then Droopy's Nirvana and Rough Star. But around the penultimate bend here, 3 out leader, but look out for 4. Greenwell Jet is really starting to fly. JT Taylor finding it a little bit hot, but on the wide outside, they come off the final bend. Bitview Knight looking to hold on, rallying is JT Taylor. Bitview Knight from JT Taylor, and back in the third place is Greenwell Jets. Bitview Knight holds on for Kev Hart, and popular winner, 5 second, 4 third. Winning time 2947, 2947. Let's have a look at this again, shall we? Well, congratulations to the Hutton Racing Syndicate and Kev Hutton. Bitview Knight showed terrific early. Rough Star completely missed the break, and so did Droopy's Nirvana, but they went into the first bend here. JT Taylor is stuck on again really well here. Look at Greenwell Jets, had to come from way off the pace, and possibly was a little bit unlucky around the third bend for Pat Flaherty. They went into that third, and Bitview Knight really trying to hold on. Now here comes 4, looking for the room, doesn't quite get it. Had to check in there behind the 3, and has to kick again. In the meantime, JT Taylor gets his second win, but they come off the final bend here, and Bitview Knight really seeing it out from JT Taylor and Greenwell Jet. That's your 1, 2, 3 into round number 3 of the English Greyhound Derby.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a children's race. Please do not be shy. Young man with the crisps, come and join us. Have your picture taken. Any other children out there that want to join and meet and greet, you can come. You're fine. Come on, you can come in as well. Here we go. We have one or two braving the weather. I mean, it has eased up, thankfully, the rain, but well done to Bitview United, who's getting and enjoying all the attention. All the children in the house, please come and join us. If you're in the bar here, mums and dads, bring them out. Here we go. We've got 2 or 3. Just be careful with Bitview United there with your big hefty boots, but here we go. He's back for the presentation in due course. But here we go, guys. Line up and get your pictures taken. Here we go. Young man, you come back here. How you doing? You all right? Well done. Right. You look very smart. What's your name?
Max.
You been to the wedding?
No.
Oh, you look very smart, Max, I have to say. Well done. What's your name, sir?
What's your name, Connor?
He's very shy. What's your name, mate?
Harry.
You're Harry. How you doing? What's your name? Go on, tell me. Whisper it.
Connor.
Oh, that's a lovely name. Say it again.
Connor.
Connor, fantastic. Your name?
Charlie.
Hello, Charlie. Your name?
Jamie. Tommy.
Hello, Tommy.
Robbie.
Hello, Robbie. You're a big lad. How are you?
Tommy.
You're Tommy, and how old are you?
10.
You're 10. Good man. Well done. You reckon he's the oldest one here? Who's older than 10? Ruby, how old are you?
11.
You're 11. Ladies, how old are you?
10.
Sam, what's your name?
Kayla.
Kayla.
9. Alex.
Alex.
Jessica. 10 and Skylar. Tyler. Keely.
How are you, mate? You all right? You okay? Good. And you, my dear?
I'm 12.
You're 12. What's your name?
Maya.
Right. All that. Come on. Line up. Come on. We want a big cheer. Come on. Big cheer. Get in there. This is a children race. Oh, did I miss you out? Go on. What's your name?
I said it.
Oh, go on. How old are you? What do you want? Find your mum and dad. Can we wait for him? Yeah. Then you get in. Right. You ready? You ready for the big cheer? Right. 1, 2, 3. Hey! Well done. Fantastic. Give yourselves a round of applause. And I think you've been very brave, because it's quite miserable out here, isn't it? But there you go. That's the children's race. That's what it's all about. Now, I've got a very important announcement to make. Very, very important announcement to make. Guys and girls, are you listening out there in Towcester Towers? Because I have just had a message come through on my phone, and young Dave, my glamorous assistant, has something in his pocket, ladies and gentlemen, which might just be won by our winner tonight via the Towcester app. It's not you, Nashy boy, it's not you. Is there an Emily Bleckinsop in the house? Emily Bleckinsop. I can hear some cheers. Is Emily around? Emily Bleckinsop, could you please make your way to the presentation podium? Come and see me. Here we go. Here is Emily. Right, here we go. Dave, this is my glamorous assistant. Emily, would you like to hold that for me, please? Right, could you open up that envelope and just check what's in there? This is magic. Could you show the folk out there what have we got in there? Do you know what that is? That's £1,000 in readies. So, you just look at that. Now, it's not quite the spin of the wheel time, but we are going to do that after the next race, okay? Because the special Imperial Cars Big Cash giveaway is race 8. So get back inside. I'll take that back off you. Sure. I'm going to take that back off you, yep. But you come out here for after the presentation for race 7, and we will spin that wheel. And in the meantime, check your card and try and work out which Greyhound you would like the wheel to end up on. Will it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? Ladies and gentlemen, the bookmakers are inside. They include, of course, our sponsors tonight, Star Sports, and all of Ben Keith's team. They're taking plenty of money. Certainly last night, finer weather, but there was plenty of money exchanging hands, and I'm sure it's been the case tonight. And we'll catch up with Star Sports in due course, probably after Heat 8. In the meantime, Stevie G, back to you.
Yeah, thanks so much indeed, John, and good luck to Emily as well. She looks forward to race number 8. She could be £1,000 better off if she can spin it on the right trap. Right, just a reminder, the bookmakers, are they taking a bit of a hammering tonight? We've had 4 winning favourites on the spin. We had plenty last night as well, winning favourites. Will it be another one? We'll be finding out for race number 7 and heat 15 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby shortly. Nice win for Bitview Night. Well done to connections of that one. JT Taylor running such a great race of Paul Hennessy, considering he's only a baby, and Greenwell Jet qualifying back in 3rd place. The full order was 3-5, 4-6 and 1. Distances 3/4, a neck, 3 lengths twice, winning time 29.47. Race number 7, it should be an absolute cracker, everybody. One of the favourites for the Greyhound Derby, Angela Harrison from Newcastle's Droopy's Verve, and local favourite and hot pot Dorota's Wildcat go head to head in race number 7, due off at 9:03.
Dream is trying, but no, yes, it's done it.
We have another winner of the Imperial Car Supermarket Big Cash Giveaway. Give that man £1,000.
Yes, every Friday and Saturday, the big cash giveaway courtesy of Imperial Cars. And if you did what Emily did and downloaded the app, you got a chance to spin that wheel for £1,000, which Emily will be doing after the presentation of race number 7. Coming up very shortly indeed, we'll have the latest betting for this big heat, Heat 15 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby, coming up in a couple of minutes' time. Well, looking forward to this one, everybody. Local favourite Dorota's Wildcat for Kev Hutton and Droopy's Verve, one of the Andy Post favourites for this year's competition. And we can look at these two in action in round 1, starting off with Dorota's Wildcat.
Fan racing away, 5 off to a good start, drop zone, leads up from 2, pacing up Rising Brandy gets a first bend lead, going to lead round now for Matt Dartnell, 2 now from 4, Dorota's Wildcat into second, it's a ding-dong battle off this second bend, the Wildcat's got his nose in front, 2 rallying, no, Rising Brandy, they're muzzle to muzzle down the far side, these 2 big guns, Rising Brandy and Dorota's Wildcat, Rising Brandy gets inside, the Wildcat run that third bend, goes on again, but it's 3 up the inside now, Cloncuddy Major off this final bend, 2 from 3, Cloncuddy Major up the inside, here comes Rising Brandy back on the outer, and 2's going to go on and score, Rising Brandy keeps that 100% record intact in a thrilling Heat 8 of this. Good luck with all selections here at Towcester this evening. Bonnie flies by, where we go then for Heat 10, it's 5. Droopy's Verve that leads out from King Kid back in second. That pair renewing rivalry here tonight, and Droopy's Verve's going to lead round now. This class act for Angela Harrison leads by a good 2-3 lengths now from King Kid back in second. A long way back to Ballymac Reds for Kevin Hutton back in third down the far side, and 5 is Pollen on up front. Droopy's Verve leads by a good 4 lengths now from 6. Hanging on there in second, King Kid. You need binoculars for the rest. Sit back and enjoy this run, folks. Droopy's Verve is home for all money here in an absolute rout. Droopy's Verve, a class act. King Kid chases home for second.
So that was local favourite Dorota's Wildcat for Kev Hutton and Droopy's Verve, one of the big favourites for this year's Greyhound Derby in action. Runners will be on parade, race number 7 in just a second. Okay, here we go, everybody. Race number 7. It's Heat 15 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Let's meet the runners, shall we? Starting off with Trap 1, Wildfire Legend for Mr. W. Cooper. Paul Young from Romford, 35.6. Trap 2, Dorota's Wildcat for Mr. Kev Hutton. Mr. D. Usher, Kev Hutton, 36.3. Trap 3 is Deanbridge Boffin for Mr. R.D. Mr. P. Surridge. Alison Kelly Pilgrim from Crayford, 32.5. Trap 4 is Droopy's Verve for the Conlon family. Angela Harrison for Newcastle, 32.9. 5, Morstown Duke for Miss K. Ben, Mr. R. Skid, Sandra Ralph from Monmore, 34 dead. And in 6, King Kid for the KSS Syndicate, Liz McNair unattached, 31.6. So a couple of minutes before the off, everybody, this is a big race coming up. They're all big races for this year's Star Sports English Ground Derby. Well, this is a terrific match on the market anyway, between Trap 2, Dorota's Wildcat at 5-4, and Trap 4, Droopy's Verve for Angela Harrison at 11-10. Trap 6, King Kid for Liz McNair on the outside, well drawn, 5-1. 20-1, Trap 3, Deanridge Boffin for Alison Kelly Pilgrim. 1 Wildfire Legend for Paul Young Romford, 33s, and 50-1, Trap 5, Moore Stown Duke for Sandra Ralph from Monmore. Well, Kevin Hutton's going to have to go with Dorota's Wildcat. Was put in a match of Rising Brandy, and that was a cracking race. Again, he's got to work hard here, taking on Droopy's Verve, one of the Andy Post favourites for the competition for Angela Harrison. And Droopy's Verve was hugely impressive in 29.06, beating King Kid, who again is on the wide outside. To be fair to King Kid, though, he ran really, really well for Liz McNair, and should have put up another good performance here in Trap 6. So we've had 4 winning favourites on the trot, everybody. What's favourite here? Trap 4, Droopy's Verve, 11-10, and to Dorota's Wildcat, 5-4. There is the Verve for Angela Harrison. Wasn't that long ago, absolutely flew around here and took off in 28.77. This is a very, very fast Greyhound. Well, it has been dry for a while, everybody, but it looks as though that the rain has come back in a vengeance here for this heat. Heat number 15, race number 7. Dorota's Wildcat then. He's got the ability to come off the pace, but he's best when leading here. Dorota's Wildcat was in 4. He's got a bit of draw today, possibly in 2. Near the rails here for Kev Hutton. There's Deanridge Boffin. He did ever so well and has only just turned 2 back last month, Deanridge Boffin, for Alison Kelly Pilgrim from Crayford. Big price. Runners on the approach, everybody, for the penultimate heat of the second round of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Who's going to come out on top here? Will it be locally trained Dorota's Wildcat? Still risk 5-4, 11-10, Droopy's Verve. Or will there be an upset here? Wildfire Legend run really well for Paul Young. Got a decent draw as well. Drawn in red with a good break. Who knows? Could go well here. Wildfire Legend in 1. Big price for Paul Young, 33-1. Last chance, everybody, to get your bets on. Just about to load, everybody, as the rain comes down again here at Towcester. Are we going to get a win for the Wildcat in 2, or will it be Verve in 4? Will we have an outsider? Will King Kid get the better of Droopy's Verve after finishing second, going down by 3 lengths in the first round? Lots of conundrums here. We are loading for race number 7, everybody. Last chance to get the bets on. The rain is starting to hammer down now. In goes King Kid. Can he get the revenge on Droopy's Verve? Evie lucky enough to be wearing a hat. Here we go then for race number 7. There we go, everybody. Big match-up time. Dorota's Wildcat and 4 Droopy's Verve. Will there be a bit of a shock? Let's find out. Here we go for heat 15. Racing. Well, Wildcat didn't get out well, but it's Verve who's out in front. Here comes Wildcat on the inside. It's Dorota's Wildcat showing terrific early to lead up with Droopy's Verve. This is a match now down that far side. There comes Wildfire Legend. Just at the back of the field is Moore Stown Duke, but it's Dorota's Wildcat who's a length up on Droopy's Verve in second. Back in third is Wildfire Legend. They come off the final bend here, and it's Dorota's Wildcat who's holding the Verve in second. Then Wildfire Legend, but it's Dorota's holding on for Verve. Dorota's beats Verve, and it's maybe one Wildfire Legend for third. What a race. Dorota's Wildcat the winner, Droopy's Verve in second, maybe Wildfire Legend qualifying in third place.
There we go, everybody. 29.07. 29.07. Terrific run for Dorota's Wildcat. So from Droopy's Verve as well. But it was who got the first run to the corner. And Kev Hutton, for this heat anyway, gets the better of Angela Harrison. We're just waiting on third. Just confirming a Wildfire Legend for Paul Young up to third place. So the qualified Dorota's Wildcat wins, Droopy Verve second, and one Wildfire Legend. Well, it was the race we all hoped for here. And two, just got the better run into the corner on the inside of four, Droopy's Verve. He's tried desperately hard, but Dorota's Wildcat loves it around here around his home track, just sticking to his guns. And there wasn't a lot between them in the end, but two's one. Hugely popular, Dorota's Wildcat the winner, 4 second, a Wildfire Legend qualified for Paul Young in third.
Well, it was billed as the clash of the night. Dorota's Wildcat in Trap 2 versus Droopy's Verve in Trap 4. Neither Greyhound has let us down. We had a terrific buckle last week between Rising Brandy and Dorota's Wildcat. And the runner-up on this occasion has gone one better. For Kevin Hutton and Dave Usher, big race winner last year. Donna Witchells in centre of the camera with Mark Studer. The big man, no doubt, watching at home, and hopefully, certainly will have put the smile back on Connection's faces after the disappointment of Magical Bale. And just a word, guys. Mark, where's Kevin tonight?
Watching Natalie.
Oh, he's here tonight. Beg your pardon.
He's on Talking Dogs, hoping to see that she qualifies in the Oaks again. So I've got to wait and find out when I get back to the paddock.
And that's, of course, Forrest Natalie, who's running in the Irish Oaks tonight. It's a big relief, Donna, just to get through this one. On paper, it was an incredible clash between two outstanding dogs.
Absolutely, and he went out in this round last year, so same as Bale. So we know he's good enough to go all the way. So when they don't, it's such a disappointment. So the stress and the anxiety all comes out when you're stood in the middle. But really enjoyed that. So great.
I think everyone who enjoyed watching that, and fair play to Angela Harrison, Droopy's Verve, playing his part in a titanic clash as well. So in terms of, I think I know the answer to this question. Third round draw later, upstairs. Dorota's Wildcat. What colour jacket would you like?
Yeah, lofty red, please.
And that's, of course, Martin Chapman, who works for Star Sports. I'll let you go. Well done to Dorota's Wildcat. He, I think, produced one of the biggest cheers of the night. He's got huge support here. But credit, of course, Newcastle's Droopy's Verve, who's run an absolute stormer and played his part in what was a great battle. Now, Emily, in the rain, is going to spin the wheel for plenty of cash. And I hope she hasn't forgotten. Emily, are you still in the house? Please come and see me, because we are going to spin the wheel, hopefully for £1,000. If not, we'll catch you very, very soon. I've still got the £1,000 in readies in my pocket. We've just got one more heat to go. Here comes Emily. Better late than never. No umbrella. But here we go. Right, now. You can hold the £1,000 there. You have another feel of the fabric of those crisp 20s. Now, have you had a look at our next race?
Briefly, yes, but I'm just going to chance it.
Chance it, yeah. Any particular favourites?
Oof, just an outsider going by tonight's races.
Well, maybe not necessarily so, but we shall see. Hey, look, it's in the lap of the gods. So, my dear, if you don't mind, just take a grip of the wheel and give it a very, very good spin. This is the Imperial Cars Supermarket Big Cash Giveaway. We do this every Saturday night at Towcester, and every Saturday night we give £1,000 in readies. We do it on Fridays as well. They go up incrementally, £100. It was won last night. £500 was taken away. It goes back to £100 next week. Now, it wasn't quite King Elvis, but you have trap 6 in our last heat, which is God of War. Thank you, Stevie. God of War. My programme is absolutely sodden, so it is God of War. Have you seen the film?
Unfortunately not, no.
You'll be cheering God of War on here.
I hope so.
Fantastic. Well, I tell you, I thought he produced the goods. He's locally trained by Heather Dimmock. I met his owners last week. They're very easy to know, those guys, because they're all called Peter.
Excellent. That makes me feel relieved.
You don't look very confident. Okay, well, look, God of War did the business last week. And to be fair, Trap 6 hasn't done too badly tonight. So, anyway, it is God of War. Stevie, it was only 3 words. They were very short, but they escaped me.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed, John. Yeah, very, very good luck, Emily. God of War. You want him to crack out. He needs to bolt out the 6 box if he's going to oblige you for that £1,000. So very good luck to Emily. We just had a terrific race, everybody, didn't we, between Dorota's Wildcat and Droopy's Verve. The winning time was 29.07. The full order was 2.41.563. Distances 1.5, 4.5, short head 1 and 1 3/4. Well done to Dorota's Wildcat, Droopy's Verve, a Wildfire legend getting up for 3rd place. Connections, you're in the 3rd round, as John rightly said, will be after racing, about 15 minutes after racing. You can either go and watch it, the draw live, or you can catch up with the details only on your Towcester app. Race number 8 coming up shortly, everybody, to 9.22. It's the last of the heats, and heat 16 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. God of War is what Emily wants to win, and we'll be having a look at the betting for that race in a couple of minutes' time.
That fella, we're doing that fella. Yes, let's go.
Right, everybody, the final time this evening to look at some VT of a couple of runners. First of all, Liz McNair's King Elvis in Trap 1, who finished 2nd in his first round. On OIU penalty in Trap 5 here for Hayley Keithley and Doncaster, finishing 3rd. Let's look at the VT now. First up, King Elvis.
Gates left and away we go. Decent exit from 5. Clash leads early doors from 2, pacing up King Elvis as ever. And Elvis is going to lead around this first bend. 2 now from 3 and 4. Then comes 5. 1 untouched. 1 and 6 detached at this point. Down the far side then it's King Elvis. Now shoots about 3-4 lengths clear. 4 in second. Canine Jack. Then comes 3 the run. Then 5. Round the 3rd turn it's still Trap 2. King Elvis. Here comes the 3 dog. Born a Gin. The 2 market leaders challenging around this final bend. 4 still on the premises. Then comes 5 off the final turn. No, it's King Elvis. Challenged now by 3 and 4 on his right hand side. And 3 round the outside is going to go on and score. 3-2-4. The drinks are on. Born a Gin.
Up they go, away in racing 5 on the outside, takes a flyer from 4-3-1, 2 on the outside as they swing down to the opening corner. In front it is 5, Sally Nash takes him around the opening bend from 1 and 2nd. That's Distant Rain to head on down the backstretch drive. Are we in for a shock this time? Sally Nash takes him down 6 and 2nd. Here's 3 Movie on the outside. That's Bruiser's Bullet, but they still have about 3 lengths to find in the one in front. That's 5, Sally Nash on the inside, 6 and 3. They swing to the judge, but up front 5 is too good for them as they head down towards the judge. 3 on the inside coming home strongly, but it's going to be 5. Sally Nash with the 3 back in 2nd. It's going to be close, and that's the way to go.
Okay, let's look at the market then, shall we, for the last of the heats of the second round of this year's Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Down the card, King Elvis and Trap 1 for Liz McNair, 6-4. Droopy's Giorgio is available at 6-1 for Dean Charles from Crayford. Shane Boy Freddy for Kev Boone from Yarmouth, available at 5-1. Clash is available at 4-1 for June Harvey from Swindon. 3-1 OIU Penalty is a decent price well for Hayley Keithley from Doncaster. And God of War for Emily, and also Heather Dimmock, available at 14-1. Everybody, it's been a terrific second round of heats. Here we go with the last end. It's heat 16 of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Let's meet the runners. Trap 1 is King Elvis for the KSS Syndicate. Liz McNair, 32.1. Trap 2 is Droopy's Giorgio for Mr. Kenny, Mr. McDonough, Mr. Watson, Dean Charles Crayford, 36.5. Trap 3, Shane Boy Freddy for Kev Boone, Yarmouth, 34 deads. Trap 4 is Clash for Mr. McQuarrie, Mrs. Williams, June Harvey Swindon, 31.7. Trap 5 is OIU Penalty for Mrs. H. Keithley. It's Hayley Keithley, Doncaster, 29.5. And 6, God of War for Mr. Gittings, Mr. Mitchley, Mr. Wise, Heather Dimmock, 31.9. Those are our 6 runners for the last of the heats of the second round, heat 16. So 3 minutes to the off here. Liz McNair's got Trap 1, King Elvis in the red jacket. Currently a 6-4 chance. Liz qualified with King Eden a little bit later on. King Kid was unlucky in our last race, but King Elvis in Trap 1 then. And went on to run Born a Gin, very close indeed on the first round to a length, clocking 29.35, where the favourite at 6-4. Well, Emily did sort of envisage that it was about outsiders. Well, favourites have really been going in tonight. Plenty of favourites have been winning this evening. Will we get a winning favourite in the lucky last as the rain continues to come down? There is Heather Dimmock with local trainer God of War, Trap 6. He's the outsider at the moment at 20-1. So good luck to all connections and trainers here of race number 8. It's the last of the heat, heat 16. There is Liz McNair's King Elvis. About a minute and a half to get underway, everybody, for race number 8. About a minute and a half before we get underway. You can see King Elvis very much on his toes at the moment. 7-4 they're calling. 6-1 Trap 2, Droopy's Giorgio. Shane Boy Freddy, the puppy in the race for Kev Boone at 6-1. Trap 4 Clash for June Harvey from Swindon, 4-1. Trap 5 is OIU Penalty, Hayley Keithley, 5-2. And 20-1 Trap 6, God of War. So runners on the approach end for the last heats of the second round. So you can see the runners then approaching the boxes for race number 8, the last of our heats. You just see there trap 3, Shane Boy Freddy. This is a greyhound you'd love to own. Absolutely star he is for Kev Boone. Approaching 5 years old in a couple of months' time and still winning open races at the ripe age of nearly 5 years old. Shane Boy Freddy in trap 3 is available at 6-1. About Clash in trap 4 for June Harvey from Swindon. Found a lot of trouble behind Borna Gin. But has got ability to lead here, trap 4. Look out for Clash to try and smash those boxes. He could go into that first bend in front. So just about to get underway, everybody, for Heat 16 of the second round of the Greyhound Derby. There's OYU penalty. Managed to stay on well behind Sally Nash. Sally Nash we've seen in action as well tonight. So that form nicely franked. Hayley Keithley's runner in trap 5. Favourite of 1, King Elvis for Liz McNair, 7-4. Loading up, going in for the 16th and final heats of the second round of this year's Greyhound Derby. That's it, everybody, for the final time in the Derby heats. Evie's just about to wave the flag. And we're set. Here we go then. Market leader King Elvis in trap 1. Favourites have been winning plenty tonight. Good luck to Emily. Got a war. Away we go then. Well, one got out well, King Elvis. We've got a war on the outside. Here comes Shane Boy Freddy. Just at the back is Droopy's Giorgio, but it's King Elvis. Away and gone, our market leader. Shane Boy Freddy's in second. Back into third place is Clash. The rest are struggling behind with OYU penalty, but it's one King Elvis who's going well clear at the moment. 4 clear of 3. Shane Boy Freddy is running another cracker. 4 back in third, Clash, as they come off the final bend. And King Elvis showed terrific early into the first bend and staying on to win nicely for Liz McNair. King Elvis wins well. 3 for second, Shane Boy Freddy, and 5. OYU penalty qualifies in third place. More heartache for the bookmakers. Another fancied runner goes in. King Elvis was your winner. Shane Boy Freddy second for Kev Boone. And third, OYU penalty getting up for third. So well on to King Elvis, Liz McNair and the KSS Syndicate winning at 29.43. Shane Boy Freddy again for Kev Boone getting up for second at 5. OYU penalty up for third. Let's have a look at the replay. Well, one showed terrific early, didn't he? Sort of middled into the first bend, but then cut into the corner. Shane Boy Freddy stuck to his guns in second. There was trouble in behind here. OYU penalty got in trouble there with God of War. But down into that third bend, it was King Elvis sticking on well here. Shane Boy Freddy trying very hard in second. OYU penalties did what he did in the first round. He's qualified back in third. But it's all about King Elvis as the bookmakers pay out again. 1-3-5 in race number 8.
Elvis is once again in the building. He has won our concluding Heat 16 of the 2018 Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. He is the reigning Greyhound of the year. He has an electric burst of early pace. He was bred by the guys that you can see on the presentation podium, very much part of the KSS syndicate. On the left, Brendan Keogh. On the far right, Simon Sennick. In between, Liz and Rab McNair, the husband and wife team who have guided King Elvis into the third round of the Greyhound Derby. And that's some sort of relief, I would imagine, Rab.
Well, if you look at the results tonight, of course it's a relief. You just want to qualify. I mean, we did fancy the dog when we seen the draw and everything, but we were a wee bit worried when we seen the results earlier on and that, you know what I mean? But listen, he's done it. His early pace usually takes him away anyway. It doesn't matter about the time. We're not interested in the time because all these fast dogs will need to pass him. And that's trouble. That is trouble sometimes. So you never know your luck. We'll just keep cracking on. We're in the next round. We'll take our chance.
Fantastic. I love it. I love that from Rab, but I'm going to have a quick chat to the guys around the back as well. Brendan, that was a good performance, wasn't it? And somewhat of a relief, I would imagine, as well.
Yeah, it was a bit of a relief. You're worried about. He does the same every time. He just bangs them boxes.
That's a phenomenal burst of pace he has from 5-6 yards out the boxes to that first bend. Extraordinary.
Yeah, he's always done that. Like it is too long from but you have to go for it, really. Yeah.
Absolutely, no, he did it off the front and chased by Shane Boy. Freddie, it was a good heat. And what are you looking for in the third round?
Same box.
Same box. Yeah, same inside box. It's trap one. Just a word with Liz. How's he seem? I mean, it's a wet night. He's had a hard race, of course, off the front, but he was brilliant.
He was, but he stayed on a lot better than I thought he would. It was good in the going that it is.
Fantastic. Well done to Liz. I'll let you take Elvis back. And thank you, Rab. Well done to Rab and Liz McNair. They have trained the winner of our last Star Sports English Greyhound Derby heat. We now know the last 48 runners that will compete in the third round of the Derby next year. See, next week. Now, that is a special night because after our split first round across 3 nights and our split second round across 2 nights, Friday and Saturday, next Saturday night, if you come to Towcester, you will leave, get in your car, get in your helicopter, get on your bike, and you will say to your friends, I have just seen the Derby winner, because it has to come from one of the Greyhounds you're going to see. We are one step closer again to the destination of the £175,000 to winner. It's the greatest Greyhound race in the world, and we have plenty of representation. In fact, England, Ireland and Scotland all represented in the third round of the Derby. Spot of housekeeping. Unlucky to Emily. She nearly had King of Elvis. She spun the wheel. It ended up on trap 6. Could easily have just gone to trap 1, King Elvis, but it didn't. It was on God of War, who ran his heart out for Heather Dimmock. But I can tell you that we've got an announcement to make for a man who's working very hard tonight. We've had a wedding in part of Towcester Towers here, and it's Matt Allen's birthday tomorrow. He is the hospitality operations manager, and everybody here at Towcester, those in the dry, those out here in the wet, wish Matt a fantastic Super Sunday. Happy birthday to you, Matt, and no doubt he'll be here for next week's third round of the Derby. Now, in terms of television coverage, we're not too sure what's happening, but I can tell you what is guaranteed. The only way to watch the Greyhound Derby is on Towcester app, certainly, or here at the track. Get your tickets for the semi-finals and the final. Up to then, it's free to enter. Back to you, Stevie.
Yeah, thanks so much indeed, John. Yeah, thanks so much indeed to John. By the way, the draw coming up a little bit later on, as John keeps mentioning, 15 minutes after racing finishes tonight. And I think it's Mr. Hobbs as well who's going to be in charge of that a little bit later on. So if you want to know the draw for the third round of the Greyhound Derby, we have 48 Greyhounds left. You can catch the draw live with us a little bit later on after racing, or use the app. So King Elvis then for Liz McNair's Greyhound. It has not many Greyhounds in this Greyhound Derby. You've got the early pace he has. King Elvis could go a long way. 3 was second, Shane Boy Freddie. Well done to Kev Boone. His Greyhound's an absolute credit to his owners and Kevin. And 5, OIU penalties, done it again, getting up
close zone. 135, 462 the full order. Distance is 2, 3/4, half, 3 1/4, 1 1/4. Winning time 29.43. Well, we're back to graded action next, everybody. It's a 5-dog event. Trap 6 is vacant. It's over 6 bends this time round. It's a cracking little race as well. S1 is the grade, and it's due off at 9:37. Well, you can see the Greyhounds then on for race number 9. We're on the approach end for our next S1 is the grade. Only the 5 runners here. We can check out the betting for you in just a second. I end Breeze for Mark Wallace. Affleck Dino for Patrick Janssens. Trap 3, Kiltria Mike for Mark Wallace. Affleck Lady in trap 4 for Patrick Janssens and 5 Towstar Ari for Mark Wallace. Runners on the approach here for race number 9, the 9:37. About 2.5 minutes before the off, then we're back to graded fare now, everybody. S1 is the grade here. We've got a warm favourite. Now, I am the Breeze here for Mark Wallace. It's the market leader at 5-4 here, so a very warm favourite indeed, along with Towstar Harry also in trap 5 for Mark Wallace. And Mark Wallace dominates the market here, risked each of 2, 5-4, about 1 and 5. It's then 7-2 trap 4, Affleck Lady for Pat Janssens, 2 Affleck Dino, and 3 Takir Mike, both 7-1 chances. So look at the betting here, 1 and 5 dominated by the champion trainer at 5-4, runners on the approach for race number 9. So the Greyhounds will go over to the far side. Again, a quick reminder, everybody, if you want to stay around for the draw for the third round of the Greyhound Derby, that will be 15 minutes after the last race here this evening at Towcester. Otherwise, you can check out the Towcester app to get the latest news on the 48 runners going through to the next round, courtesy of Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Another great year of sponsorship from our bookmaker here at Towcester tonight. Right, what's happening for race number 9 then? Any movement in the market? Well, it was 5-4 about traps 1 and 5. A little bit of movement there. Seems to be a trap 1. I am the Breeze, 11-8. Towstar Ari from Mark Wallace on the wide outside in trap 5 was 5-4. Runners on the approach as it continues to rain here at Towcester. A minute to the off, everybody. 1 minute to the off. So I am the Breeze in 1. His Cannon Mates in 5 is now 6-4. Towstar Ari. 7-2 trap 4. Affleck Lady. 30 seconds to know what bets are race number 9, everybody. We're just about to go forward here for this 6-bend top graded event here at Towcester tonight. So just about to load up here at Towcester for race number 9. It's an S1 event, just a 5 runners trap. 6 is vacant, trap 1 5-4. The Cunnermate in 5 is 6-4. Towstar Harry. Then we've got Affleck Lady for Pat Janssens, 7-2. 8-1 Affleck Dino and Kiltrea Mike at 2 and 3 respectively. Just about to load up. There's 6 bends this time round. So the calm after the storm then for race number 9 coming up. I Am the Breeze, just the market leader for Mark Wallace at 5-4. The favourites have had a terrific time in the second round of the Greyhound Derby. Will the good things continue to win? Let's find out. Mark Wallace is 1, just the market leader, ahead of his kennel mate. Here we go then for race number 9. Away we go then. Well, 5's banged out. Towstar Harry to lead up with 4. There comes 2, 3 and 1 at the back. I Am the Breeze, but it's Affleck Lady leading up now with Towstar Harry. Back into third place, Affleck Dino. The favourite I Am the Breeze at the moment is last. They've got a circuit to go and Affleck Lady leads them along at the moment. Affleck Dino in second. Towstar Harry. There comes 3 Kiltrea and Mike, and I Am the Breeze can't get a run as they go down the far side. It's Affleck Lady leading up here, but 5 Towstar Harry having another crack. There comes 2 Affleck Dino. I Am the Breeze yet to pick up as they go around the penultimate bend, and it's Towstar Harry out in front here. Affleck Lady's trying to stay strong. I'm the Breeze is trying to stay on, but it's Harry who's in front here. Towstar pulling away from Affleck Lady as they go towards the line. Towstar Harry wins. Towstar Harry's won it. Tight for the minor places for Affleck Lady and the unlucky I Am the Breeze in trap 1. Towstar Harry from Mark Wallace, the winner. Tight for the minors. Winning time 41.76. Result, Towstar Harry for the Towstar Syndicate and Mark Wallace. Second trap for Affleck Lady. Back in third, the unlucky I Am the Breeze. 5-4-1 confirmed. Another fancy dog goes in tonight. More punishment for the local bookmakers this evening. Trap 5 there, Towstar Harry getting a well-deserved kiss after an excellent performance. Let's watch this race again, shall we? Well, he really cracked out the boxes. I Am the Breeze. As usual, she didn't really come away, but it was 4 Affleck Lady who took it up here for Pat Janssens. In a good position was Affleck Dino. Just getting a little bit up pace off the second then was Towstar Harry, but he stayed nice and wide out of trouble. One little bit unlucky here, has to check in behind Kiltrea Mike. But they went down the far side, and here's where Harry really put the race to bed here, going down that far side, Affleck Lady. Consiams the Breeze looking for room on the wide outside, but she was too far behind, and it was 5 Towstar Harry who pulls away to win nicely here. Affleck Lady, to its credit, stayed on well for second. This little bitch for Pat Janssens. I Am the Breeze back in third, but another fancied runner goes in, and more punishment for the local books tonight here at Towcester.
Testing, testing. We are off and running. Well, if you thought the Derby was exciting, what about that six-pen race? What a fantastic performance for Towcester Harry, who's beaten Patrick Jansen's Affleck Lady, and I Am Breeze back in third. It's a 1-3-4 winning trainer Mark Wallace, and a terrific effort off the front. Well done to Kira Cairns. And guys, if you can just hold on here, fantastic effort from Towcester Harry, who's done the business and just got home.
It was getting close at the end. A bit worried about I Am Breeze as well, so just really happy his first top race he's won here now. Just after he's won at Romford a couple of times and didn't take to Hove, so just so glad he's won. Hopefully try and get in one of the Derby final night races, I don't know. Depends if he's good enough.
That's the plan, and he's done the business for the owners, yeah? Yourself included?
Yeah, it's great.
Superb, yeah, absolutely. My dear, you're part of the team as well, aren't you, the syndicate?
Yeah. Harry's actually in my name. My share, yeah.
It was a tough race. I mean, did you expect him to win?
I was hopeful, let's say that.
The Romford success and what have you, know that he can compete at that sort of level.
Yeah, well, we knew he could go fast, and it was just a matter of whether he did here or not.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well done to Towcester Harry. I said to Mark Wallace a little bit earlier that, you don't see that many open races over six bends as good as that S1. That was quality. So guys and girls, well done. Fantastic. Get back into the dry. Leave me in the rain. It's not a problem. We are kicking on. We've only got, I think, 2 races left. And just to recap that we do have the draw for the third round of the Derby, which will be held here at Towcester about 15 minutes after racing, and you can only see that unfold here on Towcester TV.
Yeah, thanks very much indeed, John. Watch John with that draw, by the way, because there's 3 races left, 3 races still to come. Right, cheers, John. The full order was 5, 4, 1, 2, 3. Nice performance from Towcester Harry, and Mark Wallace runner in good form. 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, the full order. Distances neck, short head, 6 or 1 1/4. Winning time 41.76. Back with the graders again for race number 10, everybody, coming up at 9:53, and the grade is A8. Yeah, nice performance from Towcester Harry. Actually went off the 6-4 second favourite there. Affleck Lady was 7-2, and I Am Breeze went off the 5-4 market leader in that S1 event. So still to come then, we've got the 9:53 race 10 is an A8 event. The 11th race is a really good A2 event coming up at 10:10, and we finish off with a sprint, everybody, at 10:27, race number 12.
Paloma Faith is coming to Towcester.
Only love can hurt like this.
See Paloma live at Towcester Racecourse on Saturday the 28th of July.
I just can't rely. Her name was New York.
Tickets on sale now at ticketmaster.co.uk.
Yeah, it's definitely one for your diary, by the way, everybody. That's the 28th of July. If you're a big fan of Paloma Faith, she will be here to a packed crowd then. Do check out the tickets. And, of course, just reminded of Vernon Kay will be following up with a DJ set on the big night of the Greyhound calendar on the 2nd of June here at Towcester. John was mentioning throughout the evening, tickets available for the semi-final and final. Don't be disappointed. It was packed here. A fabulous night last year at the Greyhound Derby nights, and you can enjoy that with us. Go online to check out all the latest prices and all the details of what's going on the Greyhound Derby and the Paloma Faith concert on the 28th of July. Let's just check out the market, shall we, for the 9.53 race number 10. It's been an absolute nightmare for the bookmakers, hasn't it, tonight? They've taken a hammering with some excellent performances. Down the card, Trap 1, Brinkley's Jane, 5-2. Trap 2, Karma Chameleon, 7-2. 3, Lily's Chica, 9-4. Trap 4, Mead's Mojo, 6-1. Brock's Pandora's the 2-1 market leader for Hazel Kemp. 6, Sweetheart Abbey, available at 6-1. Those are the latest prices on race number 10 at Towcester. Greyhounds will be approaching shortly. Okay, here we go, everybody, for race number 10. It's a graded event. The grade is A8. Let's meet the runners, shall we? In Trap 1, we have Brinkley's Jane for Miss Kay Sharps and Mark Wallace. Trap 2 is Karma Chameleon for the Old Bay Get Syndicate. There's Jim Reynolds. Trap 3 is Lily's Chica for Mrs. Wendy Richards and Emma Richards. Trap 4 is Pete's Mojo for Emma Richards and Mr. O. Gaskins. Trap 5 is Brock's Pandora for Mr. D. Brockley and Hazel Kemp. And 6 is Sweetheart Abbey for Mr. M. Reynolds and Jim Reynolds. Trains runners on the approach with round about 3 minutes to the off. Okay, everybody, just about to load up then for race number 10, A8 the grade. It's the 953, and it's an interesting market, isn't it? You can see that track 1 is the 2-1 market leader here. This is Brinkley's Jane for Mark Wallace. It should go well here, nicely drawn on the inside and push it up a decent performance. So just about to load up then for race number 10, and it's due off in about 25 seconds time. Okay, everybody, here we go then. Race number 10 should be an absolute cracker. This one, A8 the grades. Interested in the market, though, last time we looked. We're going to get another winner for Mark Wallace. He's on the inside. Jim Reynolds got a couple here. Karma Chameleon. Sweetheart Abbey on the wide outside. Evie's just checking over Pete's Mojo. I think he might have turned around in the boxes. Everything seems okay, though. Good luck with your bets. Here we go. Race number 10, A8 the grades. Here come the bunny. Been a great night for favourite backers. Away we go then. One got up well, but here comes 6, 5, 2, 3 and 4 into the first bend. It's 5. Brock's Pandora who's going to get round in front. There's trouble in behind. Sweetheart Abbey went well. I'm afraid Brinkley's Jane and Karma Chameleon in trouble. Down the far side and Brock's Pandora leads up. Getting a good run into second is Lily's Chica. Back into third is Sweetheart Abbey. Then comes 4, Pete's Mojo. But they come around the third bend here and it's Lily's Chica out in front here with Brock's Pandora. They come off the final bend. Not a lot between them. Lily's Chica on the far side. Pandora on this side. Possibly Pandora from Lily's. Pandora and Lily's. 4 back in third, Brock's Pandora and Lily's Chica, 5 and 3, waiting on the judge. Well, we've had all the Derby heats tonight. How about the best finish of the night? Possibly trap 5, Pandora, the winner for Hazel Kemp and Mr. Broccoli. Well done for you about the 5. Second 3, Lily's Chica, and 4 back in third, Pete's Mojo. It's 5, 3, 4 confirmed. Really good race between these two, neither giving an inch. Trap 5 possibly just with a little bit more improvement being that youngster, but 3 running a crack here for Emma Richards. Just took it up, didn't it, coming around the top turn. But 5 battling back the puppy. 4 stays on wild Pete's Mojo. But 5 just thwarts Emma. 5 beat 3. 4 was third.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been another fantastic race here at Towcester tonight. Just a quick word with Hazel Kemp, Brock's Pandora. You're going off for the next very, very quickly.
Yeah, she's run a good race. She's been off for a few weeks with a sore toe, but she's come back nicely, yeah. Please.
Smile while you're talking to me.
Sorry, try and smile, yeah. It's the rain.
Exactly, fantastic. No, she's done it very, very nicely and held on in good start.
Yeah, pleased with that. Another quick runs and she should come on.
Chance in the next?
Master Kelly speaks for himself.
Yeah, he's a star.
He's not far enough for him, but listen, he always does his best, always.
Okay, well done, Hazel. I'll let you go. Well done to Brock's Pandora. Well done, of course, to all our winners tonight. Well, where's Cheese? Cheese, coming. Ah, right. Well, we had a 50th birthday celebration with his name was Keith Milne, and unfortunately he's chickened out. But you know he's a shy guy, so maybe he just doesn't like the weather. It's pretty sodden out here. But I have to say, look. Can we just say many happy returns? His friends and family, if you can just give a wave and say happy birthday to Cheese. Did you hear that? Happy birthday, Cheese. Why is he called Cheese?
Well, it's just always a nickname we've always had, really. We're called Mini Cheddars, these three girls. And, yeah, he's Big Cheese, actually. So, yeah.
That's great. I like that thinking. Well done. Well done to Cheese. Well done to the Mini Cheddars as well. Absolute stars. And that's exactly what you can do here at Towcester. Have a birthday celebration. Have a office reunion. Have a leaving do. Have an anniversary. Maybe even a first date. What do you reckon, Steve?
Well, there's a wedding here today, and apparently it's going great guns, isn't it, to the right of us? But, yeah, thanks for that, John. Nice one for Brox Pandora, beat 3-4 third. 5-3-4, 6-2-1. Distances were short haired, 1.5, 3/4, 2.5, and neck. Winning time 29.58, 29.58, race number 10. Well, two more races to go, everybody. Got the 10 past 10, race 11 is an A2 event. No changes for that one. We finish off with a sprint coming up at 10.27.
How far away? I'm at the Towcester race course. Okay, mate. We've got one more race in a couple of minutes, and then we'll be out. So when you get here, you need to follow the signs to the marker, the yellow sign. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, perfect. Cheers, mate. I'll see you in a bit. Thanks. Bye.
Paloma Faith is coming to Towcester.
Only love can hurt like this.
See Paloma live at Towcester Racecourse on Saturday the 28th of July.
I just can't be lying. Her name was New York.
Tickets on sale now at ticketmaster.co.uk.
Hello, can I book a taxi for 10:30 from Towcester Races? The Sun. Yeah. Correct. Cool. Cheers, buddy. Bye.
Well, here we go for race 11, everybody. A2 is the Grey Goodle race coming up. Let's meet the runners, shall we? Starting off with Trot 1, the Westmead Zito for Mr. T.C. Smith, Nick Sava. In Trap 2 is Ashkarian for Mr. N. Costa, Mr. M. Goddard, Mr. Mullin, Mr. Stoughton, Mott Wallace. Trap 3 is Rockmount Raider for Mr. M. Lowther, Derek Law. Trap 4 is Far Bank Frank for Mr. Burton, Mr. M. Burton, Kev Hutton. Trap 5 is Master Kelly for the Bodale Boys and Hazel Kemp. And in Trap 6 is Westmead Chief, Mr. M. Carlwood, Mr. T. Smith, Nick Sava. Runners on the approach for race 11, the grade is A2. Well, down the card then, Westmead Zito for Nick Sava, 6-1. Ashkarian is 6-4, market leader in Trap 2 here for Mott Wallace. On 5-1, the Rockmount Raider for Derek Law. Far Bank Frank for Kev Hutton's available at 5-2. 7-2 Master Kelly on the drift for Hazel Kemp. And 7-1 Westmead Chief on the wide outside again for Nick Sava. Runners on the approach for race 11. So you can see the runners on the approach here. Really good cash coming for this Asher Kieran. We're well backed here for Mott Wallace. Really good cash for this one. Had a trial the other day. It's been off the track for around about 3 weeks, this little greyhound. Hasn't won since way back in March when clocking 28.20 for 480 metres. But Trap 2, Asher Kieran, the 5-4 market leader, being well supported in the blue jacket. It's been a pretty good night as well for well supported greyhounds. Well, we have another one. Trap 2, Warm, at wrist, 5-4. Just a reminder, everybody, if you'd like to see the Greyhound Derby draw for the third round coming up in round about half an hour or so. Otherwise, you can catch our Towcester app for the latest details with that draw live with John Hobbs a little bit later on. Around about half an hour's time, you can watch it here at Towcester. Of course, the Greyhound Derby really gets into top gear next Saturday. 3 quick runs for the Greyhound, sorts them out really next Saturday, Tuesday, and the following Saturday. And the draw coming up, I reckon, around about 11:15. Trap 2, Ashakira, and then for Mark Wallace, this warm market leader at 5-4. Sounds as though there's a bit of support for Trap 4, Far Bank Frank as well for Kev Harton. Just about to load here for race 11, everybody. Starts in about 30 seconds time, our penultimate race of the evening. Loading up, everybody. Going in for race 11. They're loading. Last chance to get your bets on, everybody. They're all in. Ashakira, though, this warm market leader in the blue jacket. Second in is for Bank Frank for Kev Harton. 2 and 4 dominate the market here for race 11. Here we go. So Evie waves the flag for the penultimate race of the evening. Here we go. Away we go then. 2 and 4 break together with 5, 6, 1 and 3. But it's Ash Kieran who leads up here with Frank in second. M6 on the outside, Westmead Chief. 3 at the back is Rockmount Raider. But down the far side is Ash Kieran, the market leader. But Frank's in second. Back in the third place is Westmead Chief. On the inside is Westmead Zito. 5 and 3 struggling, but it's Ash Kieran really piling it on out in front. 4 in second, Far Bank Frank. Is it more misery for the bookmakers off the final bend? Trap 2, Ash Kieran well back. 1 stay on for second. 4 back in third, 2, 1, 4. One on Tash Kieran running a cracker then for Mr. Costa, Goddard, Mullin and Stott. And Mark Wallace, another winner for Mark. 1 second, Westmead Zeta Stinger well for Nick Sava. 4 back in third place, winning time is Smart 28.33. So a bit of a gamble landed on the blue jacket then on Ashakiran.
Next time, next race and then next time. Cheers, buddy.
Well, it was a case of who was going to lead here between the 2 and the 4, and it was Ashakiran who just managed to squeeze into that first bend to get the lead on 4. 6 a little bit unlucky, Westmead Chief on the wide outside. I thought Westmead Zito's run well here for Nick Sava to get up for second place. Master Kelly and Rockmount Raider never really got involved, but once 2 stepped on the gas, this little fella going on to win nicely, and she's in good form at the moment, this little bitch, and she wins well. 1 staying on well for second, 4 back in third, 2, 1, 4 confirmed.
This is going to be, if it's Kira, I don't think she'll, right, I might just be a bit smart enough, I think. 1, 2, 3. Well, our penultimate race of the night has been won by the well-backed Asher Kiran, who's won for Messrs Costa, Goddard, Mullin and Stolen. Well done to Mark Wallace, adding to, of course, earlier Derby second round successes for, well, success for Sally Nash, and of course those 4 winners for Imperial Kennels last night. Has done the business off the front. Ultimately, well done to all concerned. I would like to say a big happy birthday to Glenn Smith. Happy birthday, Glenn, and his team of friends and family enjoying themselves royally here at Towcester tonight. I think, of course, that our winner has escaped because, of course, they're busy with the runners for the final race. Now, this is the point of the evening where there is one more race to go here at Towcester. It's going to be royally called by Steve Graham, your commentator tonight. But I'm going to sign off temporarily because you'll join me in about, I don't know, half an hour's time, I think we're going to start the draw for the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby third round. Access it via the Towcester app. Looking forward to doing that. Racing manager Chris Page will be overseeing what happens with that third round draw and all the action here on Saturday night. A little bit of housekeeping to do. Towcester races tomorrow night, of course, and horse racing on Monday evening. I think the first race could be around 5:30, I think. So it's been a busy weekend after racing last night with the Derby. This morning, of course, tonight and tomorrow night, and the horses are here on Monday. And we start again with the weekend Greyhound action next Friday night. And Saturday is the third round of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. And it is, quite simply, one of the nights of the year. Join us then. Good night.
Yeah, thanks so much indeed to John for his sterling efforts we're presenting tonight. I'm sure we'll see him again very, very soon indeed. Nice performance there from Asher Kieran, for Mark Wallace, Mr. Costa, Goddard, Mullin and Stoughton. Full order was 2:14.536. Distances 2 3/4, 1 neck 3/4 and a length. Winning time 28:33. One more race to come, everybody, to 10:27. Race number 12 is a D4 sprint. Just a quick reminder, everybody, that the trapdoor for the third round of the Greyhound Derby coming up very, very shortly indeed. So you'll want to witness the third round draw, important, obviously, to all the 48 Greyhounds and their connections. That's coming up very shortly. Well, you can see we've got betting on the screen for the final race of the evening, race number 12, where Shanti in red 3-1, Lily's Flyer and Kerry Road Fifi both 6-1, Towstar Tommy 3-1, 5 Bitview Sassy 7-2, on the outside of Mont Bleu for Bernie Warren, the market leader at 5-4. One favourite for our next. There'll be no parade for the next race, race number 12. The Greyhounds will go straight to the boxes. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go then for race number 12 at Towcester. The Greyhounds will go straight to the boxes here. Montbleu is the 11-10 market leader. 3-1 Trap 1 Chantilly in red. 7-2 Toastar Tommy. 9-2 Bitview Sassy. 8-1 Lily's Flyer and Kerry Road Fifi. On the approach end for race number 12, our last at Towcester this evening is a sprint. D4 the grade over 260 metres. So as you can see then, the Greyhounds going straight to the boxes for our finale. Here's a D4 sprint. Montbleu, the market leader on the wide outside for Bernie Warren. And it's a good second behind Sherbet Lemon. It hasn't won since winning a D3 company in the early part of February in Trap 6 on that occasion. Always seems to get the stripe. Should go well here, and it's a warm favourite. It's been a good night for warm favourites tonight, everybody. 11-10 the field. Favourite in 6 on the approach. So Montbleu then, 11-10 market leader. Trap 1 Chantilly in red. Nicely drawn on the inside from Richard Yates here. Downgraded. Racing clock 15.80 in the trials. Been off the track for a couple of months after lameness, but would have got rid of a few cobwebs last time out. Chantilly in red. He's got a good draw as well. Could be a big price for Richard Yates at 3-1. Sure to go well. So it won't be too much longer here at Towcester, everybody, for our final race. What's been a cracking night of action. Greyhound Derby, third round draw imminent. John Hobbs will be your MC for that. Coming up after this Towcester race number 12. Hopefully you had a really good evening. Just a reminder, everybody, we've got bags action tonight. We're here tomorrow night as well from 6:11. 6:11 for another meeting tomorrow with the graded runners. Make sure you join us for that. Won't be too much longer then for race number 12. Montbleu 11-10, Trap 1, Chantilly in red 3-1, 7-2, Toastar Tommy for Emma Richards. Just about to load up, everybody. Final race of the evening. Montbleu, can it finish off with a 11-10 favourite? Okay, loading everybody, loading up for race number 12. Here we go then, it's the final race of what's been a cracking evening here at Towcester. That Derby draw still to come. Trap 6, 11-10. Here we go, for the final time, Evie waves the flag. Here we go. Market leader 6. Racing, 3 and 5 get out well with 6 on the outside, 4-2-1, but into the first bend is Bitview Sassy who's got the lead here. Chantilly and red's gone well into second, then comes 6 Montbleu, but they come off the second bend here, and it's Chantilly and red on the far side to get up close on 5, battling back 1 and 5, 5 and 1 flash pass together with 6 back in third. Montbleu is tight between Bitview Sassy and 1 Chantilly and red. Montbleu was third, 5 and 1 photograph, close. Final result of the evening, first trap 5, Bitview Sassy for Jim Reynolds, second 1, Chantilly and red, third 6, Montbleu, result confirmed, 15.87, 15.87, the winning time, 5.16. Well, it was a cracking race, wasn't it? 5 really flew the boxes. To be fair, Chantilly in red really walked out the lids, but she showed terrific pace in the corner. Did look as though off the second bend here that Chantilly in red was going to get up for Richard Yates, but 5 straightened up after going wide. 6 was just a little bit outpaced early doors, but 5 picked up 1 right on the line. The week 1, who looked to the all-over winner, just yards from the line. There's the evidence of the photograph. It was close. Well, it went to 5, 1 second, and 6 was third.
Hello. We've got various connections in. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My lead is, I think it's comfortable, but you might think it just keeps popping out, doesn't it? Yeah, I'll push that one in. That might.
So the full order finish for final race. Win for trap 5. Bitview Sassy. 1 was unlucky. Chantilly in red. Might know she just stumbled towards the line there in second. 6 back in third. 5:16.432. Winning at time was 15:87. Distance is short head 3/4 twice. 2 3/4. 1.5. That wraps it up. It's been a fabulous night, everybody. We got that draw for the third round coming up very, very shortly indeed. So make sure you stay with us for the John Hobbs and the team here at Towcester. And of course, we race here tomorrow as well at 6:11 with the Bags meeting. Big night as well next Saturday, and it's Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday as it builds up to crescendo, the Greyhound Derby. Thanks for your attendance tonight, everybody. Have a safe journey home, and please stay and enjoy that Greyhound Derby draw that's coming up in a few minutes' time. Bye for now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you join us in Lord Hesketh's box here at Towcester Racecourse, high up in Towcester Towers, where we're just about to conduct the draw for the third round of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. I think personally and professionally, it's one of the nights of the year. It's the night where we can safely leave Towcester knowing that we've seen the Derby winner. Now, to conduct that all-important draw, we have from Star Sports Martin Chapman, who has the 48 names of the third round Greyhounds in his hand. We've also got overseeing the draw Chris Page, racing manager here at Towcester. And Chris, I'll come to you first. Can you just sort of confirm the makeup of the 48 runners in terms of the seeding?
There's 27 railers, 9 middles and 12 wides. There's one change of seeding, which is the JT Taylor dog is now seeded wide from middle. No guards at this stage, so it's a fairly straightforward draw, hopefully.
Excellent. And the way it works is we have we do the draw for the railers first and then have a break.
Counting in the 27 railers into the drum.
Okay, and before we draw the railers, just Martin, how's it been? I spoke to Ben Keith a little bit earlier in terms of the company. I mean, it's been a roller coaster, isn't it?
Roller coaster. It's very lively over the last 2 nights. But this second round, it's been really, really lively. Yeah, we done the money last night. There was a few real big punters here, and we took a fortune. Unfortunately, paid a bigger fortune out. Tonight it's been pretty much level. Again, up and down roller coaster. A couple of really busy races, and yeah, we finished sort of just honours even tonight. So roll on the third round. Our derby starts the third round, I always say.
Let's start the draw for the third round of the Star Sports Greyhound Derby. The drum is being spun by Martin Chapman, aka Lofty, and here we go. And the first Greyhound out the hat. Bull Run Button, trained by Barry Draper, goes into trap 1 in heat 1. Staying on to qualify. On a turbo, representing Adrian McPherson. We have English trainers, we have Irish trainers, we have Scottish trainers in the third round represented. For Tony Collette, who runs out of trap 1 in heat 3. Breeding anoraks out there, I can tell you, a half-brother of Astute Missile. Swithin's Bray is next out of the hat, which goes for trap 1 for Team Cronin. Trap 1 in heat 4. Droopy's Dresden. John Proctor and Darryl Bear. Second with Droopy's Roddick. A few years back, Philip Simmons, the trainer of Droopy's Dresden. For Jamie O'Hara and Derek Newbury, running out of trap 1. They're enjoying the Derby ride. And Farlow Hutch, and we have big cheers from the owners of Richard Yates's Greyhound, who is they are in the house here tonight in Lord Hesketh's box, and delighted. A big cheer from those guys with trap 1. Wildfire Legend for Paul Young, running out of trap 1, has gone second in the Derby. He's also paraded a Greyhound Derby in Slippy Blue a good few years back now. And of course, another Paul Young runner runs out of trap 2 in heat 1 up against Bull Run Button. For David Mullins. Jim Parker and the crew. Knowles Phelpso in trap 2 in heat 2. Jimmy Fennick, Cooning Jack, running out of trap 2. Matt Dartnell's Greyhound, beaten for the first time in the second round, but he's a star. He's in heat 4, running out of trap 2. King Elvis, the reigning Greyhound of the year, gets trap 2, a winner tonight in heat 8. I should say heat 16, race 8 tonight. running out of trap 2 in heat 6. Kevin Hutton Star. Great performance to beat Droopy's Verve tonight, who ran a fantastic race in defeat himself. Pretty certain the oldest runner in the race. He is, yeah, confirmed by RM Chris Page, trained by Kevin Boone, one of the most popular greyhounds in training. Bitview Knight for Team Hutton. Another winner from tonight. Late double landed by Bitview Knight and DeRosa's Wildcat. For Carol Weatherall and Darren Holmes will run out of trap 3 in heat 1. And the Irish Stars, of course, for Peter Cronin, running out of trap 3 in heat 2. Drive on tip for Graham Holland, another Irish trained runner. Runs out of trap 3 in heat 3. The railers keep on coming. One of the big guns, Bruiser's Bullet, runs out of trap 3 in heat 4 against Rising Brandy and Swithin's Bray. From one Mark Wallace trained star to another. Irish Derby second last year, Scottish Derby finalist this year, runs out of trap 3 in heat 5. Ball run Bandit. Kevin Hutton runner? Yeah, got that one right. Trap 3, heat 6. Bull run Bandit running out of trap 3 in heat 6. Borna Gin. Another Irish trained runner who runs out of trap 3 in heat 7. And Distant Rain running out of trap 3 in heat 8. And Bomber's Bullet will run out of heat in heat 1, running out of trap 4 for Imperial Kennels. Knockout Spring for the Boommeister. Takes his chance in trap 4, a second English Derby campaign for Knockout Spring, who completes the railers. One running for Peter Cronin, running out of trap 4 in heat 3. So we're just going to have these are the railers. You can see heat 1 there, which features Ball Run Button, Bubbly Bluebird, Calico Brandy and Bomber's Bullet. We move to heat 2. So far we have Honor Turbo, Noel's Phelpso, Burgess Brandy and Knockout Spring. Heat 3, the railers, Carlos Scholar, Cooning Jack, Drive on Tip and Crossfield Will. Heat 4, 3 railers, Swithin's Bray, Rising Brandy and Bruiser's Bullet. Heat 5, Droopy's Dresden, King Elvis and Black Farron. Heat 6, Well Oiled Machine, Dorota's Wildcat, Bull Run Bullet. Heat 7, Farlow Hutch, Shaneboy Freddy and Borna Gin. Heat 8, Wildfire Legend, Bitview Knight and Distant Rain. So that is the railers completed. Chris, just to confirm, where are we next?
On to the middles now. We do in reverse order. So the first medal out will get in heat 8, trap 4.
Here we go. Right, Martin Chapman from Star Sports with the middles. Give a spin of the drum and we'll be shortly underway with the middle seeds for Saturday's third round here at Towcester. Oi Oi, you penalty, running for Mark and Hayley Keithley, running out of trap 4 in heat 8. Qualified once again in second tonight did Barry Denby's Greyhound, who runs out of trap 4, bred by Barry as well. Story of the third round in many ways. Wasn't supposed to be entered by the trainer Peter Harndon, but thankfully he was persuaded by Mark Pierpoint to do so. So Lakers Vincent in trap 4 and heat 6. Greenwell Jet for Pat Flaherty. Runs out of trap 4 in heat 5. Good winner in the second round for the Champagne Club. And Team Young runs out of trap 4 in heat 4. Sporting Dave for Seamus Cahill. Derby winning trainer last year with Astute Missile has trap 5 in heat 3. Another one from the Kevin Hutton camp. Runs out of trap 5 in heat 2. Two more. Black Zack. For Richard Rees. Good winner tonight here at Towcester and runs again out, in fact, runs out of trap 5 tonight in heat 1. And one more. A major player. His name is Droopy's Verve for Angela Harrison. Runs out of trap 5 in heat 8. That completes the railers. So Martin, while he gets together the wide seeds, we'll have a review. You can see that Black Zack has gone in to heat 1, running out of trap 5. We've got Jelly Flood in 5 in heat 2. Sporting Dave gets trap 5 in heat 3. Middle seed will be Bubbly Turbo in heat 4, trap 4. Middle seed once again is Greenwell Jet in 4 in heat 5. Saleka's Vincent, the Black Jacket, in heat 6. Alfie's Prince, heat 7. And we have Oi Oi You Penalty and Droopy's Verve running from 4 and 5 respectively in heat 8. And we have how many railers once again? Wide runners once again?
12 wide, Jonathan.
12 seeded runners going in, and Martin Chapman once again does the honours. He's usually counting out 12 50s. It's 12 names on this occasion. Which end do we start from, Chris?
Heat 1 again. Go back to heat 1 now.
Right, we're back to heat 1. King Eden for Liz and Rad McNair. The British bred Greyhound for Brendan Keogh, and the KSS Syndicate will run in trap 6 in heat 4, which completes that heat. In heat 1, beg your pardon. Drivers Vic will run for Charlie Lister and the team of owners in trap 6 in heat 2. Whoops Jack, fantastically fast performer. Peter Cronin's runs out of trap 6, gold collar champion from across the Irish Sea last year. Runs in trap 6 in heat 3. Calico Ranger goes into trap 6 in heat 4. Next one out the hat. Sally Nash. Calico Ranger for Team Weatherall. Sally Nash for Team Wallace in heat 5. New in Shadow. Another qualifier from Charlie Lister. OBE. Runs out of trap 6 in heat 6. Droopy's Biker. Brilliant win from Pat Buckley's dog tonight. Gets trap 6 again in heat 7. One of the stories again of the Greyhound Derby this year for Peter Mingay and Polly Wainwright. Night Bomber causing a shock in the first of tonight's second round heats. Runs in trap 6 in the third round next Saturday night, heat 8. Still got wides to come. Droopy's Benucci. For Dean Childs, runs out of trap 5 in heat 4. JT Taylor for Paul Hennessy, lodging at Seamus Gorns. JT Taylor, the youngest greyhound left in the last 48 of the English Greyhound Derby. Owner trainer, combination of Derby winners, of course. And Ball Sports Duke for the champion trainer, runs out of trap 6 in trap 5, I should say, in heat 6. And Innocent Times for Brendan Matthews is the last of the 48 runners that will compete in next week's third round. Gets trap 5 for Brendan Matthews. So let's have a quick run through. There's heat 1, Bull Run Button, Bubbly Bluebird, Calico Brandy, Bomber's Bullet, Black Zack and King Eden. Heat 2, Honor Turbo, Knowles Phelpso, Burgess Brandy, Knockhard Spring, Jelly Flood and Dorota's Vic. Heat 3, Carlos Scholar, Cooning Jack, Drive on Tip, Crossfield Will, Sporting Dave and Whoops Jack. Heat 4, Swithens Bray, Rising Brandy, Bruiser's Bullet, Bubbly Turbo, Droopy's Benucci, Calico Ranger. Wow. Heat 5, Droopy's Dresden, King Elvis, Black Farron, Greenwell Jet, JT Taylor and Sally Nash. Heat 6, Well Oiled Machine, Dorota's Wildcat, Bull Run Bandit, Zuleika's Vincent, Boyle Sports Duke and New in Shadow. Heat 7, Farlow Hutch, Shane Boy Freddy, Born a Gin, Alfie's Prince, Innocent Times and Droopy's Biker. And Heat 8, Wildfire Legend, Bitview Night, Distant Rain, Oi Oi You Penalty, Droopy's Verve and Night Bomber. That completes the draw for the third round of the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby. Just a final word with you, Martin. I have to say my eye was drawn to Heat 4.
Straight away the Bruisers and Rising Brandy, obviously, yeah. And that looks obviously the match-up with the two of the fancy ones. I think seeing that draw and the draw as Wildcat go, I think it might be Anthony Post's favourite Wildcat now after the third round. Like I said, Whoops Jack does some traps. Just Sporting Dave drawing this side, that's interesting as well. Yeah, nice even draw, I think, pretty good.
Fantastic. And you mentioned that Dorota's Wildcat, just to confirm, you think is a new favourite for the Derby?
I've not seen the boys in the office yet, but I think seeing that draw, I think he might well be, yeah, just over Bullet, I think, after that. But
boiling up quite nicely for the Saturday night?
Very much so, yeah, look forward to it. Third round's always a great night, so yeah, a few, say, tasting heats, yeah, bring it on.
Look, it's been two fantastic nights racing, two very long days, I think, for most of the people involved in this year's Greyhound Derby. We've reached the third round stage, and if you want to be here at Towcester, it's free to enter on, of course, third round night. And, of course, you've got to get your tickets for semi-final and for final night. Check out the website for details. I think at this stage of proceedings, I would just bid you good night and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And you can review the draw very, very shortly.